They can hear us.
Can they?
They can. They should be able to. Hang on.
Hello?
Yeah, they can.
Oop.
And now they
Oop,
can see us. For a minute, they can only see me. It scared me.
Hi, everybody.
Oh.
Hi, everybody.
How's it? This is the first time, like the those of us on this call, we don't like we just started. We just got here. We've not had any time to converse.
Who are you people?
What are you people doing in my apartment?
Konnichiwa.
Anyway, hi, hello, welcome to the Secret Adventure Society. The meeting will come to order. First things first, Goon is going to tell us why Neverending kicks ass.
Yes, and honestly, listen. So they've taken a week off on their updates for Thanksgiving. So I don't have anything new to update for them. So I just wanted to say thank you for over a year now of sponsorship. Not sponsorship. Partnership. What do you call it? What's the word we decided?
Partnership is good.
Sponsor part.
Partnership.
Partnership.
Yes, it is run by Gerard Leonidas Butler. It's Spartanship.
Rest in peace, Gerard Leonidas
Has it really
Butler.
been a year?
Year-ish. Year-esque.
It's a
That's
reflex.
tripping me out. That's tripping me right
been a
out.
while.
It's either been a year or like 3 months.
Did
I
y'all
don't know.
know that it's almost December?
Shut up with your facts.
I have Christmas trees up. Like
I do too, but I'm not like.
Oh, you
flaunting
guys
it.
jumped? You guys jumped right in,
Yeah,
feet
they
first.
did. That's fault. That's a 10-yard penalty on the spot of the foul.
Look.
Well, here's the reason we put Christmas stuff up early is because we know that it's going to take us 3 weeks to do so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in order
Yeah.
to like do the stuff, have the stuff put away, and actually enjoy Christmas time festivities, we had to get started early because that's just.
It's a bummer to spend 2 weeks putting up decor and then take it down 2 weeks later.
We still have Halloween stuff, so
I just threw away pumpkins today, so
yeah.
yeah,
It's
we're
Never.
we're pretty far off track. Never ending.
I was literally in the middle of a sentence to say that I wanted to keep it simple this week and just say thank you. I didn't actually mean like a specific time period. I was just saying a general thank you to Neverending for being awesome, for being a great company, for being someone that you should definitely check out while you guys are off work or off school. If you get bored, if you've got an idea, you need to check out Be Neverending on Twitter, neverending.com.
Look, here's what you do. Tomorrow, after you finish your food, okay?
Make a turkey person.
Before kickoff, and some of you don't give a shit about that, after your uncle who said that awful thing that you have to ignore falls asleep, just go pull out your tablet, pull out your laptop, whatever, go to neverending.com and make a character, and then you'll feel better.
And tweet it at us and at Neverending and tell them we sent you.
Yeah,
I would love
tweet
to see what you guys go. I have been told I'm really good at character creation. I want to see if you guys can beat me. So
Says
I want to
the
see a
creator
turkey
of
person.
you.
is that a challenge?
it is a challenge. If you can beat Goon at
Beat Goonie play.
at literally a thing that somebody's gonna have to judge. I don't know, because like I can't just be like, oh, that's better than mine. Because I won't. But if you can beat Goon, you'll get one free Goon dollar. And Goon dollars are spendable in Goon bucks, if you will. They're fungible tokens. They're the most fungible tokens you can get.
They're anti-NFTs.
Yeah. So
With one Goon dollar, you can destroy like $5,000 worth of shares of crypto.
yeah,
That's-
actually, when you buy one Goon dollar, I go plant a rainforest. So funge up your tokens, everybody, and scene. Oh, Be
Thank you,
Neverending. Follow them on Twitter.
Thank you,
I
Goon.
posted a
and
link in chat earlier.
Thank you, Neverending. Go follow Neverending on everything and use their platform because they're dope as shit, and
Dope
they're
as
gonna keep doing cool shit. So keep watching that space. Quick notes. Hey, if you've ever tweeted about our show or told any of your nerdy friends about us, we sure do appreciate it. Please keep that up. You can find all of our content on YouTube as well as in podcast feeds. This episode will be going live Black Friday morning. I mean, not specifically because it's Black Friday. They just usually go up on Friday morning. And on Monday as well. And don't forget that if you miss a session, do not worry. Our resident Sastorian, Brennasaur, creates written recaps for every session, and they're hella entertaining and helpful. And if you're curious about things like fantasy names or town spellings or anything like that, those are included in those. So that's helpful, at least, sometimes for me to even remember. So be sure to check those out. Be
She
sure
does a
to
hella
follow-
good job. I get to, she reads them to me because she lives in my downstairs. That didn't sound good.
Who else lives in your downstairs, Gun?
My therapy appointment was this morning, Steve-O. I've already had that. All right. Anyway, she reads them to me, so
It's always
they're good. I got to hear them straight from
It's
the horse's
always
mouth.
It's always a fun day in the SAS Discord when Brenna posts a recap. So that's the thing. Be sure you follow her and maybe get a slice of life as she lives in Goon's downstairs. Be sure to follow everybody here. And thanks as always to Aurelia Raphael for our incredible character art. Shall we begin?
I just rolled
Yes,
two
sir.
natural 20s on the same dice.
Well, I'll
Yes,
be
that's
damned.
Shall.
I rolled an 8.
Oh.
I got an 8. I got a rock.
I got a
Previously
rock.
on the Secret Adventure Society, the Nobodies, having come back to Kess's home of Mardosta with nowhere else to go, prepared for a holiday celebration, the Festival of Stars, which is a recognition of the time when the aurora over the city is the most vibrant, approached, and with it, the night ball or the celebration held at the Shadowmoor Estate for the political and social elite of the town. Before the ball, Kess entered with the rest of her family. She actually was standing, waiting to enter, and heard a slither and a hiss, seeing that her mysterious friend, now in the form of a lengthy black snake with a gray belly, had appeared, seeming to want to join her atop her shoulders.
Zach,
And she did, yes.
I think we've all been wondering since the beginning of this campaign, how lengthy is it?
Everyone. Oh God. I'm in danger.
No, don't roll for that.
6 feet.
Oh,
Wait, what?
6 feet.
6 feet?
Yeah.
How tall is Cass?
You owe me $50, Goon.
Yeah!
Oh my gosh.
And so y'all have been talking about that since like the Vision episode. Anyway, let me finish the thing. That laugh. At the night ball, you all discovered that stories of your antics about town had actually traveled, and you were approached with opportunities for employment, each of which you discussed interest in pursuing for various personal reasons as well. As the night wore on, there was dancing, drinking, and music. At the strike of midnight, however, you began to hear coughing and sputtering. Those of you who drank champagne felt nauseous. Limp bodies dropped to the dance floor, and a black hole opened on the edge of the room. Floating in front of it was none other than Sienna Wainwright, the young woman who had taken Kess's place as the late Zaris' fiance. In an echoing boom, she shouted that through chaos, destruction, and death, the arrogance of a world shall crumble away as the emerald flame burns once more. And before she fell backwards into the black hole, you all noticed small inky beads of a familiar liquid hovering above her palms. And that is where we're going to pick up tonight's session. So it's just after midnight in the Shadowmoor Estate Ballroom. The floor is littered with the bodies of elite nobles, business people, and more than a handful of servers who had perhaps had a glass of champagne during a break or two to take the edge off of a stressful night. Nobodies. Some of you took poison damage, but all of you remain conscious, if in searing pain in your stomach as the poison churns in your gut and through your blood. What are you all doing?
I looked at Cass. Did Cass react to the poison?
Cass, you took damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of doubled over.
How far?
Q
am I
is
from
actually,
Cass?
if I'm not mistaken, Q's the only one that didn't drink champagne, right?
Pearson
no,
did.
Pierce.
Pearson, okay.
No, Pierce did. I mean,
Q did.
Q did. Pierce did.
Q did.
Oh,
Pierce did.
sorry. I gotcha.
Yeah,
Flip.
Q was left alone during the ball and so decided to drown some sorrows.
How
I
many
don't know
people
if
are
that's
dead?
true. I just
a brief cursory glance around the room, it looks like there are at least 40 people.
How
lying
far am
on
I
the
from
floor.
Kess?
If I'm not mistaken, you all are standing side by side.
Right next to each other. Okay.
40?
40.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
My gosh.
This has just
No,
happened.
I was-
Sienna has just bamfed. The portal has just closed.
Yeah, that's not good.
Pierce will put a hand on Kess and ask, "Where's your family?"
They're all standing. They're all fine. Right.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
can look around, and they're kind of doubled over, and your mother is like frantically crawling around and like checking people's pulses and like breathing. You can see her weeping, and your dad is like walking around frantically as well. So are your brothers, but they are all alive. But they all do appear to be in a substantial amount of pain.
What about
I was just gonna pat Kess and pump a cure wounds into her.
Okay.
At 4th level.
Healer Q.
Yeah, healer Q.
what?
25 points of healing.
What?
Q can heal now
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
at 4th level because multi-classing's fucking awesome.
Q really is a muppet. Like he's tiny and cute and chaotic, and he provides healing for the masses.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
we need that Q puppet. Hey, we're starting a Patreon today for Q puppet. We're gonna record it.
Are we?
I don't know. I will. We'll do it.
Look at
Okay.
that! We crossed 1,000 donors.
Vendrith, is he?
Make a perception check for me because there's some chaos.
Perception is 26.
Okay. Looking around the room, you see Vendrith has fallen out of his chair and he is on the floor.
Okay, I rush over and I medicine check to see if he's alive and breathing.
Make a medicine check.
22.
Okay. He is dead.
Okay. Are there diamonds around me? Who's got diamonds on? I'm snatching them.
Does Kess ask that, or is
Yeah.
Since it's for, I would say since it's like for a cursory glance around the room, but with that perception check, you said you had a 26.
Yeah.
I would say that across the room you do see someone you not really familiar. You feel like it's probably a noble's wife or something, but they're wearing a very gaudy diamond ring.
Well, I go take it.
Okay.
Is the scary witch lady still just hovering?
No,
No,
she's gone.
She's gone.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, I go take the ring.
Okay.
Is she dead? Wait, is that person dead?
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
my
with your-
gosh!
with that- yeah. with
Take
that
all of
medicine
them.
check,
Take
yeah.
all of them.
Who
Oh,
do
you know
we
what?
save?
Q's just gonna start another new spell that he has. He's just gonna start pointing at people and attempting to cast Spare the Dying for the first time. It just says you touch a. Oh, well, he's not gonna point to him. He's gonna go around and smack him. Touch a living creature that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable. So any of them that are not dead yet and are dying should stabilize.
Okay.
I don't know how many
As you walk around the room touching people, you walk up to the first one. There's this drow man lying. He's wearing he's wearing a very nice tuxedo and he's collapsed face forward. There's a cane sticking out that he's landed on, sticking out from under his torso, and he's not impaled by the. Don't make that face. He's not impaled by the cane, but he's
Okay.
like a very just a very gaudy man. And as you reach down and like try to roll him over and touch his cheeks, you still feel the warmth, and you touch his chest and try to cast Spare the Dying, and you feel this arcane energy come forth from within inside you. You feel this warmth as if there's a fire burning inside your chest, and you feel it turn cold as it leaves your fingertips. This gentleman is already dead.
Okay.
And
Huge
you
jump.
go around and you do that a few more times, and it's the same result every time. All of the it seems as if whatever this poison was, if we're talking above the board game mechanics, it was strong enough to kill these people in one swipe.
Well, yeah, like an NPC has like 6 HP, so
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
that.
It's a noble, so yeah.
It ain't looking good here, guys.
Is my mom
Pierce.
wearing diamonds?
She's wearing one.
I go get it.
Okay.
And I use that to revivify Vendrith as quickly as I can.
So just to be clear, you did not loot the corpse.
I didn't take it from the corpse.
Okay.
Okay. Since a little bit of time has passed, I'm gonna have you make just a general dexterity, or you can make your choice: dexterity, athletics, or we'll say dexterity or athletics, to see if you're able to do all of this in the amount of time that you are trying to make it back to Vendrith in time.
I'm gonna guide myself.
That's fine.
It's a natural one.
A natural 1.
Yeah. Even my guidance was a 1.
Okay. So like you find yourself, you cast this medicine check, you check to see if this woman is alive, you realize that she is dead. As you're taking the ring off of her finger, it gets stuck around her knuckle and you're trying to pull it off. You realize she's dead and you are desperate. You look around and see that your mother is wearing a ring. You go over and get it to her, and as you make it back over to Vendrith, you realize too much time has passed to be able to cast Revivify.
I had 60 seconds.
It will take something a little bit stronger at this point.
How much
Your
time
mother
has
is
passed?
crawling at this point. Literally a minute has passed since Sienna has fallen backwards. Your mother is wordlessly just crawling around the floor and panting. You hear her shout, Cass, can you do anything? Can anyone do anything?
Pongu, what can you do?
So I imagine that there's a camera. The camera pans over to Pongu, and Pongu is literally paralyzed in the spot that he took the damage. And you just see his eyes go black like they did that time before you asked him to destroy the hat, or to maim the hat, if you will. You see his eyes go dark. His tattoos go dark instead of the bright light that they normally do. You notice that the ground starts to tremor harmlessly, but still starts to tremor nonetheless. It's using thaumaturgy. And there's whispers that start kind of filling the area where Pongu is. And Pongu elevates a little bit, levitates where he's at. No! And you just start seeing random things fly around the room. Drinks are falling over. Whatever is standing starts getting pushed over. And Pongu is wailing, levitating in the middle of the dance floor. And this is the first time in a long time Pongu has seen someone die in front of him, let alone 40 people. And you just see him essentially convulsing and levitating in the middle of the dance floor.
Ugh, son of a bitch, of course he's useless. Pierce runs over to Kess. Goes,
I have a diamond in my pocket. I don't know if you
I
need
can't.
that. I don't.
I need oils. I need I need things. I can reincarnate. I need the things to do it.
tell me where to go. Am I going to the kitchen?
I don't know.
Like canola oil? Like
No, like super rare oils. I need items worth like 1,000 gold.
Okay,
That-
I can't. I don't think I have them.
Rook,
This
at this
jack
point,
is
Rook
worth
speaks
1,000
up.
gold.
Go to my training room. I have
Zach-
all sorts of oils and potions and things. Go, get what you need.
Zach, will you check the reincarnate spell and tell me what else I need?
Reincarnate. Okay, one moment.
Thank you. Sorry.
I'm not super familiar with that spell, so we're gonna learn together. What level spell is that?
5th.
While this is happening,
You don't have that prepared, Cass?
oh,
I know, but I have 10 days to do it. I can do it tomorrow.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, what was that?
I was gonna say. So I imagine while all this is happening and Pongu's in there, so full on horror movie, you start seeing the items stop being flung around, and instead you see any of the dead bodies start to move towards Pongu in weird jerking manners. Like they're not like standing up or anything. They're just like Pongu's almost like a center of gravity, and they're like each of them is being tugged about 5 feet towards Pongu as he's like in the air levitating.
You guys over the sound of the wind and the cracking of glass and Kess's mother falling over from the wind that Pongu is producing. You hear this awful squeaking sound as like bare skin on
I cast
flooring.
Command on Pongu.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna tell him to stop.
Okay.
What do I need to roll?
Wisdom
Be a
saving
save,
throw.
yeah.
Which I wish I would have looked at because he's a
Yeah, he's a wisdom based class.
23.
okay. Well, that works. That's fair.
You can
Okay.
of course still attempt to reason with him, but the spell does indeed fail.
You see bodies like every few seconds, one body jerks about 5 feet closer towards Pongu, and it's just like this weird, fucked up, like black hole that Pongu's making of dead bodies towards him.
You see pearls break off of someone's neck and like start swirling toward him, and this weird gravitational matrix is happening.
Okay, Pierce is gonna turn to Kess and say,
1 second, be right back.
and he's gonna turn. And how high is Pongu off the?
Only just a few feet, maybe like 3 or 4 feet, not too high.
So Pierce is going to run full speed at Pongu and jump and tackle him out of the air.
Okay. Pongu, I need you guys to make opposing strength checks. And I need to look at... You're
Nice.
using thaumaturgy to make that happen, yeah?
Yeah.
I would
So
say if
it's-
you're just in midair, like I know you're
Mhm.
levitating, but I would say that he would be able to knock you out of the air if his strength roll is high enough.
Okay.
So let's you guys just make opposing strength rolls.
19.
21.
Okay, just barely. Pierce, as you jump and you grab onto Pongu, you're both now hovering there in the middle of the floor. The wind is swirling towards you. It's blowing your suit around, and you feel, boutonnieres and jewels and things hitting your face as you're staring Pongu in the face and like pulling him down.
Okay.
It's kind of a slow thing, but like as your weight sort of pulls him down slowly.
Okay, so I've jumped, I've grabbed him, and then we're sort of slowly coming down to the ground then?
Mhm.
Okay. He's going to be shaking him.
I
And
imagine
yelling, Pongu!
Pongu looks down, eyes still fully blackened, but tears kind of coming down his face, and he's just looking at you blankly.
Pierce starts shaking him. Just back and forth.
Snap out of it. It is not a good time for this.
Pongu opens up his mouth, and it, like, I feel like it doesn't sound like Pongu. What you hear is suffering. And that you just hear so much suffering coming out of his mouth.
Pierce is just gonna, like, try to wrap him up and just keep him from moving.
Is the thaumaturgy still happening, Pongu?
That's the thing. In my head, the way that I'm making it mechanically work is because the telekinetic shove or grab or whatever is just like since we're not in combat, I'm just kind of like grabbing them.
Sure.
And then thaumaturgy is also not like a concentration, so it's kind of like manifesting all at the same time. But I imagine with Pierce trying to calm him down, the thaumaturgy's lessening, but the people have kind of stopped where they are. So yeah, I guess the fucking like carry level effects are
Sure.
have ceased for now.
I will say it was in retrospect, I'm very glad Pierce did not bring his weapons to this because wow. Okay, so Pierce is just gonna stay trying to. This is where Pierce is locked until it
You
stops.
did. And he's going to summon his hammer. And he's just going to start marching slowly towards Pongu.
Now at this point, the wind and the bodies have stopped moving. Pongu is still blacked out.
Mm-hmm.
But your what is your intent at this point in time?
Well, is he on the ground yet? Or
Yes,
close
they're
to
on the
it?
ground. Yes,
Okay.
they're both on the ground.
Q is going to like basically walk over Steve O'Pierce. Like just as much, and he's going to grab Pongu by the... I'm assuming there's some ruffles. There's something. He's going to attempt to. And grab him by the scruff and just say, "You need to focus. We can do this later." Is he responding?
I imagine Pongu is like slunk to the floor and is like on his knees, still wailing. His eyes are black, but his tattoos are starting to kind of like dim or look back to normal, if you will. And he's just completely.
So the wind and stuff, the
wind and the
gravity has
bodies have
stopped?
stopped. Yeah.
Okay. So Pierce will let go of Pongu and he's gonna put a hand on Q's shoulder, and he said,
We're gonna try and fix this. But Pongu is your responsibility. Do not let him out of your sight, okay?
Okay.
Yes, let's go.
He wields the hammer, which is comically large.
I can't do it today.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. What
I
can't you do?
I can't bring him back today. I can't bring anybody back today. I have to do it tomorrow.
Okay, well, how can I help? What do I need to go get so that you can do that tomorrow?
The oils and...
In Rook's room?
Yeah, I guess that'll work.
"Hey." Pierce puts his hands on like either side of her arms and goes,
Your family's alive, okay? We're gonna be okay. I'm going with Rook. Just make sure that they don't kill each other.
and he points at Q and Pongu.
Q is like, nose to nose, which is really funny because it's snout to nose with Pongu, and is just like checking for vital signs and like, not vital signs, but like responsive signs. You know, when they shine the flashlight and they're looking in the pupils, he's
Concussion
doing that.
check, yeah.
Yeah. Concussion check. And he's just, get with me. Be with me right now. Or you won't like what happens.
Pongu's inconsolable.
It's good.
Pierce
I'm
will-
not consoling.
Pierce will walk up to Rook and say,
Kess needs oils. Load me up.
All right. Go. I need to be here right now. Go. You know where my training room is. Go in the cabinet here, and he hands you a key. Get whatever you need. Get whatever you need.
Got it.
Pierce,
Yeah.
if she can't do it until tomorrow, there's no hurry in getting the oils. What
I gotta
there
do
is-
something.
Where did she go?
Pierce looks over to where Sienna had been. Is there any residue? Portal still there? Anything at all?
There's no trace that she was ever there.
I scry on her.
Okay. Give me just a moment. What's that save?
17 wisdom.
If she was a wisdom build, she wouldn't have fucked with us.
17. She just saves.
Wait, hold on. When she saves and scrying, can you still scry, but she knows about it? Or wait, I forget.
So the way scry works.
Yeah, sorry.
Target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target. Oh! There's a modifier that makes it harder.
Yeah, there's a
'Cause, like, you
negative
know
5
the-
on her.
Yeah. So it's familiar. So you know the target well. Yeah. So yeah, she fails.
Okay.
So you, as you decide that you're going to scry, you sit and you try to obtain this this arcane energy within you, and you feel Ash on your shoulders, and you feel him sort of writhe a little bit and tighten around your shoulders, and your vision blackens. You smell smoke once again, and when you open your eyes, you see. When you open your eyes, you see the beach in Evercrest. You see Sienna walking, and you see this glowing green vein that you saw earlier, and you see her walk right beneath it. You see it come down and sort of look at her, and just sort of glide along with her as she walks.
She's in Evercrest.
How did she get to Evercrest?
Magic?
Well,
She's on the beach.
know, I can go from one place, or I used to go from one place. So she just does that, but bigger.
Okay, somebody needs to learn how to do that.
Dibs.
I'm working on...
Oh. We can share dip.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go collect oils unless there's some pressing reason that we need to leave for Evercrest right now.
We need to put all of these bodies somewhere and maybe contact some clerics and see what we can do about that.
I'll be right back. See if what your mom and dad need us to do. Okay?
Okay.
Pierce is off to Rook's room.
You cast create bonfire on the nearest place that won't burn things. Like, if there was he's gonna leave Pongu because Pongu doesn't seem to be freaking out. But if he can find a fireplace or something, he's just gonna try to cast create bonfire.
Okay. You make your way over to there's a fireplace on the far wall, grand brick fireplace with seems to be a small fire burning inside.
Okay. Well, he just makes it a little bit bigger. In fact, no, he thinks it needs to be his magic, so he casts create bonfire on it, and then he just kneels in front of it and just yells, "Hey! What can you do?"
There's no response.
Just banging on his head. Hey! Hello? People are dead. Fuck. Did say she was leaving. I did tell her to leave me alone. Shit. He goes back to Pongo.
Pierce.
Yep.
You make your way through the house. It is so eerily silent. No one is in the corridors. You hear nothing happening behind any of the walls, behind any of the servants' quarters. It's the quietest you've ever heard this estate. You make your way toward Rook's training room, remembering efficiently where it is, and you take the key and you go over and you open his cabinet. You see several oils and liquids and pouches, small boxes.
Do I would need to have my stuff if I wanted to take everything from here, right?
You could, you could take an armful of stuff. It would be difficult not to damage or spill some of it, but you could take as much as you could.
How far away is the suite that we're staying in from this room?
On the same floor.
Yes, it's on the same floor, right?
Yeah, it's not far.
Okay. Having seen that this is like a cabinet full of stuff, not knowing exactly what he needs, Pierce is he's not gonna relock it, but he's gonna close the doors. He's gonna run down the hall, grab his rucksack, grab Iris. He's gonna put he's not changing his clothes. He's keeping his super suit on, but he's gonna put his duster on over it, and he's gonna grab his hat and put it on, and his mask. So he's got this shitty overcoat on with a brilliant suit underneath, and grabs his rucksack, and then he's going to go and just shove everything that he can into it to take downstairs.
Okay. You're able to get most of it inside.
Okay. Then at a dead sprint, he runs back to the main hall.
Okay. All right. So what's everybody else doing?
I'm trying to calm my mom down and make a plan, an actual plan we can follow through on. We need clerics. We need diamonds. This
Are
will
there
be
enough
okay.
diamonds in Martosta? What
Any
happened?
diamonds? Yeah, there's a lot of rich people here.
Okay. I guess a better question would be: are there enough clerics in Martosta? Okay. What do you propose we do?
I can. We need to get everybody comfortable. I can reincarnate 2 a day for 10 days. For 9 days. They may not come back as themselves. That's the big thing.
Yes.
But we can, that it helps still.
What would they come back as instead?
Whatever the universe sends.
The universe. So I've got a ballroom filled with dead nobles, the most powerful people on the continent, and you're telling me they might come back as whatever the universe wills them to. This is in my house.
Look at them. They're not very powerful. They're all dead. We can either make them alive or they stay dead.
Oh,
There's
that
a
could be
lot.
Bob.
Yeah, there's a lot more powerful things out there. So, this is one option. We bury them all.
Are you suggesting we hide this?
There's no way to hide this. We didn't do
Okay.
anything.
Okay. One thing at a time. Fendrith. We need to do something about Fendrith. Zev. And he turns around. Yeah. And she instructs him to go into town and get as many clerics and as many resources as possible, as many healers as possible, to come in and assess the situation. And he runs out. There has never been anything I've not been able to accomplish, Kess. Never been a problem too big for me. I cannot do this by myself.
This is why I'm telling you what to do.
She falls back and just buries her face in her hands. Okay. What now?
Okay. We need to take all of them. We have enough rooms in the house. Let's put them in a bed. Make sure they're comfortable. And gather up diamonds and oils and whatever else. And we'll see what we can take care of.
Pierce slides in and he just opens the bag and he goes,
I took everything from in there. This is all the oils. This one might be Zev's, but everything else here I think is from Rook.
Okay, thank you. We'll probably need a lot more.
What are you gonna bring everyone back? Are you gonna be able to bring everyone back?
No, not everybody. But I mean, if there are clerics, we need several diamonds worth 500 gold. Lots of diamonds worth 500 gold.
Wait a minute, you're not gonna be able to bring everybody back.
I can bring some back. I just, if I have
How are you going to choose who's coming back?
Well, I mean, I don't have the power to bring them all back. But maybe there are some clerics that are a lot more powerful than me here that can.
Pierce nods. He's quiet.
How's Pongu looking?
Pongu, in this time, since y'all have left him to his own devices, I imagine he has slowly made his way to the terrace that's out overlooking the stars. Yeah, DM. It's kind of like night sky.
I went back to Pongu.
Okay.
So Q's following.
So you've been trailing me. Okay.
Yeah.
Pongu's eyes are still like deep black. But you start seeing Pongu pull things out of satchel or something, and he's going to actually cast as a ritual. He's going to cast divination.
Okay.
If he's on a terrace, Q is like just on the inside of the doorway, and is just kind of pacing and keeping an eye on what he's doing, making sure there's no more dead body movement.
No. I imagine Pongu pulls out the stuff for the ritual. He lays out this finely, tailored cloth and puts out some candles, and he sets down what looks like this like metal patent, and on the patent he takes out his knife and he makes a little incision on his palm and drops some blood onto the patent, and imagine this is taking the 10 minutes to cast as a ritual. And Pongu starts to elevate the patent, the metal patent with his blood on it, and the blood is turning the celestial silver looking color that Pongu's tattoos normally turn, and you see his eyes start to fade from the black to the silver glow that they normally get, and he rises up a little bit in the air. And if you're listening, Pongu's plea to his deity or his deity's servants is simply, why? Why? Again, it's too much suffering. And I can't do anything again.
As you sit or kneel out on the terrace underneath the aurora, snow falling, hitting your face, melding with the teardrops that are staining your clothes, you look up into the sky and you see, after a few moments, one constellation lights up a bit brighter than some of the others. And it burns. And you feel it's speaking directly to you. This constellation, as it burns, you recognize it as, in your religious culture, you recognize it as a goose. And you remember the story of this goose. You remember that he represents chaos, and you remember that there are some things that even the deities can't see if they're small enough and hiding as a goose might under the radar.
Pongu just kind of bows his head somberly and takes a few deep breaths. And you see he puts out the candles and he starts putting away the rest of the things. He takes another deep breath and he turns around, and is Q there?
Yeah, you see that as Pongu had said the why, and was, he kind of dropped his maul and has now kind of leaned against the side of the opening with like one foot up, like a cool older brother. And when Pongu turns around, he goes, "Yours didn't talk to you either." Listen, I'm sorry I was drastic earlier, but you got really fucky, and I was trying to make it not fucky.
What do you mean?
Yeah, listen. I've noticed that you're not very good around death. I'm not very smart, but I do pick up on things. I've seen a lot of death in my time, and I know it sucks. And if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. But, if you're happy just talking to the stars, that's fine too.
Thank you. It's a bit complicated, but I very much appreciate the sentiment, Q. What can we do? How can we be useful? Because I have admittedly not been very present the past few minutes until about
Well,
a minute ago.
Hess is the smartest person I know, and she's coming up with some plans. And it's going to heal some people, but they may change. You pulled a lot of their bodies kind of askew and akimbo across the floor. So, like, maybe you could, like, move those back or make them not, like, dry humping each other on the floor anymore.
Oh, heavens.
Yeah. And if you could do that, because I'm 2.5 feet tall and they're larger.
But
Then
I
you-
did what? I pulled I picked them up and I brought them.
We don't have to. You're fine. It's, we all do. Sometimes you pull a lot of dead bodies that you just saw past their living relatives that also just watched them die.
Oh,
Sometimes you explode your mother, who's a skull. We all do things. You'll be fine, buddy. I can help, ish, if they're less than 10 pounds.
but I moved people.
Yeah,
I picked them up.
with your mind. I tried to stop you. I literally yelled stop with the whole force of whatever being lives inside my brain. And you did it anyway. You broke the stop. It was a powerful stop. You should have been there. Well, you were there. But apparently you don't remember it.
Is this a bit? Are you pulling my Are you pulling my wings?
No, can I?
It's fine. They're like vestigial. They're not necessarily needed,
Would
but
it hurt?
it's fine. So
Vestigial?
wait,
Oh,
like they don't. I don't. It's a long story. We'll do the biology later. But you said I moved them with my mind.
I did say that.
Are you sure? It wasn't like
I was there when I talked. I said it. Oh, am I sure you moved? No, I have no idea what moved it, but you were doing it. It could have been. I mean, I watched, and it was sort of like, when, like, if you jump onto a soft surface and everyone around you on that soft surface fall toward you, like a bed or a trampoline, if that exists in this universe.
I was hoping you roll.
You
It's
did
yet
that.
to be invented.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
We should invent the trampoline. That'll be a good money.
Yeah.
It's yet to be
Yeah.
invented for mass production, I should say.
Okay. So like one guy in Mardosta has a trampoline.
Yeah, one guy's figured it out. He's just trying to figure out how to make it. Trying to figure out how to start a business with it and get around those pesky insurance companies.
Man.
Yeah. This guy, he's gonna make a whole like trampoline industry. Donald Trump.
Leaving.
I hate it. I gotta go.
Wait, if he becomes
Damn.
president, would he then could you then buy tramp stamps?
I don't understand any of this. But
Listen,
let's find Case. Let's just find Case.
okay, because I had some weird shit. Sometimes shadows would come and kill things around me. I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of things against my control. Like shadows would kill things. So it was like that. But you didn't kill them. You just moved their dead bodies, which I believe the living relatives have found unappealing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need to apologize.
I would focus on maybe fixing it more than apologizing.
So, like, move them back.
Or ask consent to where Cass wants them to be.
Okay.
Again, you're
What?
slightly larger than I am.
Just a bit. Where is Case?
That way, and I point towards Cass.
Oh, past the bodies in a circle. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, see how they look like they've been dragged?
So before you
Here's
guys
his-
step back inside, actually, Pongu, you look up in the sky and you see another constellation in the form of a manta ray. And in that moment, you remember another story about a manta ray who found a school of fish trying to escape from a shark. And you remember that the manta ray guided them to safety by hovering over them and preventing the shark from seeing them. And you remember that there are good things that can be done to
Does
prevent
Q-
that from happening.
Does Q see me seeing this at all?
Q has very low insight. And perception.
Yeah, I would say probably not.
Okay.
It's just kind of as you're walking back inside.
Okay. I imagine so. Yeah. If this was a movie, you just see kind of a little smirk and Pongo go and like kind of breathe this like odd sigh of relief, even though he's still like very emotionally torn inside. This is more death than Pongo's seen right in front of him in his very long life. So he's processing still.
So as you guys go back inside, everybody's all in the same room together again.
Yeah, Pierce is waiting to notice when they come back inside. If they start coming in, he's going to go intercept Pongu.
Okay.
Yes, hi.
Pierce looks at Q and he goes, "Go check on Kess."
I go check on Cass.
Pierce walks right up to Pongu, like, and does the same beak to nose thing that Q did. And he says,
Do we have a problem? Do we have a problem with you?
No, I don't think so. What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Pierce points back at the people. He goes,
You flipped the fuck out. And I need to know if that's gonna happen again. Because I've decided I like you. Fine. But if this shit happens again, or if you put us in danger, this conversation's gonna go a lot different.
Pongu takes a finger and puts it on Pierce's nose and goes, boop. So, here's an interesting thing. This is the first time this has happened to me that I'm aware of. So, I cannot make a promise that I don't know if I can keep, but I will say I need to figure out what it is. So it doesn't happen again, yeah? Whatever it is. Q said something about how I dragged people with my mind, but that's not a thing I've learned.
Yeah, that happened. Okay, so... I guess I'm glad that this was beyond your control. Okay.
Pierce turns around and he starts to walk back towards Cass, and he's muttering to himself, "Be a good person, be a good person, be a good person."
When Q gets to Cass, he just says, I think they're fighting or they're hugging. I don't know what's going on, but how are you? You look busy.
She's counting.
Yeah.
Like she's counting in her head. Okay. Need
You have that
diamonds.
face like you had that face like that time we ate bad bread at that one place and you had to go away into the woods for a couple hours.
Are you saying that I look like this when I have to poop?
Yeah.
The things you learn when you travel with people.
You know that's better
You get
than
real
I
close.
That's better than I thought that I looked when I had to poop.
Well,
So
you've traveled with two boys for a long time, and so you're always mentally calculating how long you can hold it until you find a place where you can be away far enough from the boys to poop.
oh, it's the calculation. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Also strained calculation, because
Yeah.
you need to poop,
Yeah.
and also 40 dead bodies.
Yeah. Yeah.
At this point, have you guys made a full count? Like over the amount of time that has elapsed, have you guys made a full count of?
Yes, would have. Yeah.
Okay, so of the roughly 60 people who attended the party, 41 of them have passed, including Vendrith, as well as Arena Mar, Pelham Tovin, and Iano Furl, who had offered you jobs previously.
Shoot. Wait, which ones were they? Hold on.
They were the weapons manufacturer, the merchant who asked for you to check on his urchin farm, and the divinity manufacturer.
They're all among the corpses.
They are. The gnome who had talked to Q is not in sight. But neither are that's not necessarily a red flag or anything, because a lot of people have cleared the fuck out of this room. Like the survivors, there are a lot of people standing outside. A lot of
He's
people
not
who have run away.
conspicuously absent.
He's not conspicuously missing. Yes, I realized as that came out of my mouth that sounded suspicious. But
When Pierce sees the weapons manufacturer who is among the dead, he goes, "No, no, no!" And he walks over and he kneels down and starts going through his pockets.
okay, so make an investigation check.
Okay. Four. He announced proudly.
You
Ron
find
Howard,
some gold.
he shouldn't have been proud.
You find
Hugh Ron Howard. Like a small
You find-
lizard Ron Howard.
yeah, you find 32 gold, and that's it.
Fuck. Ugh. He makes the list.
He turns back to Kess.
They're all on the list. They're all on the list.
Sure, but this is priority.
Why?
He knows where we can find my dad.
Okay. Priority list for the dead people.
Wait, hold on. This guy's on the list too. He has a funny nose. Look
You
at
want
him.
him on the list because you like his nose?
Q flicks his nose.
You look, and his nose is noteworthy, I suppose. You wouldn't call it hilarious, but there is a brief moment of, of levity amongst all of the carnage.
Humor helps me
Okay.
when bad things happen.
Where's Zev?
Zev has gone into town to try and find healers.
We need. Yeah, that's what we need. Okay. There was the cleric that we knew that we hired the other day.
Are we like talking in a group?
Pongu, what can you do any sort of resurrection type things, or is it pretty much like once it's been over a minute, it's
So, Pongu's pretending to, or is trying to be as present as he can be, but with the revelations that Q and Pierce told him, you see him kind of like, he's like, yeah, but he's also doing this thing like in the superhero movies where he's trying to see if he can do the thing by like holding his hand out towards like candlesticks and stuff to like move them around. And he's like, oh, what? Unfortunately, 60 seconds, or they're dead forever, unless you have, stronger, magics at play. But I'm not advanced in my studies yet to know that, so sorry.
okay. I take Ash. Okay. I'm holding him.
All 6 feet of him.
Jesus Christ.
What do I do? Just talking to the snake in the middle of the ballroom. What do I do?
Pierce,
He
I'm gonna need
blinks.
you to find a god or an eldritch being to yell at.
Yeah.
he's got all of you to yell at.
The snake looks at you and just kind of lowers his head.
No. There are things we can do. There are your snake. Maybe not forever. Well, definitely not forever. But we can. I don't want to have to pick 19 people out of this. That's not fair. Because I know that I can bring 19 back, right? Maybe 20 back. No, 18. 9 days times 2. Okay, that's 18. Well, I can do that, but then I need somebody else to bring the others back.
At this point, your mother walks up to you.
She's just talking to the snake. Just holding the snake. Talking.
Kess,
Huh? What?
are you still considering bringing these people back as someone other than themselves?
Wait, what?
Well, no, they'll be
What?
themselves. They'll have their minds. They won't have the same bodies. It's this whole thing.
This is too much. This is too much. This is too much.
Resurrection magic.
She turns around and leaves.
I didn't know that was what you were planning.
Why? Yeah, I can do that.
Do we
So
want
you
to make
bring
sure that
them-
they're...
And they could be a scorpion,
No,
or
no,
a harmonica, or
no.
A harmonica?
One of the Blues Travelers' many harmonicas were resurrected that day.
Like this person is an elf,
By 2 princes.
and they might come back as a human.
but they'll still have their memories. They'll still have their.
Yeah,
They'll still know who they were.
yeah.
So it's just a. Oh, that's weird. Okay,
I think. Hold on. Let me
Cass.
look in my
hold on.
mind.
Cass,
What?
She's going to her mind palace.
I have to go to my mind
I think-
palace.
I think we have to. I think there are some things that we can't fix. I think that there are some things that we need to know. And I think there are some things that we have to let be. We could spend a week and a half choosing who gets to live and who dies. We can bring back people that we know we need information from, and that's not fair. But maybe we can't fix this. Maybe we just need a direction.
I look at Ash. What is he doing while Pierce is saying all that?
He's still just looking down at the floor. And then at some point he looks over to the spot where the black hole had opened up and Sienna fell through.
Cass?
Hmm. Yeah.
Would it? Pongu's kind of like fidgeting with his like ceremony robe or whatnot, and goes, I think Pierce has a point, and I know this sounds weird coming from me, someone that's supposed to be invested in life, but I think sometimes we have to let nature, which includes chaos, take its course. And if it's hard to, if it helps ease your mind, tomorrow I can see if my deity grants me the ability to speak with our recently passed, and we can ask them if that's what they desire, to give them some agency, you know?
I mean, a lot of this is over my head, but a lot of these were adults, and they were coming to a party, and their children are at home, and they're not going to know why they're not coming back. I don't know why, if we have the possibility to keep that from happening, we don't choose that possibility. I don't want to put undue stress on Cass. I don't think it should be all her. I don't think it should be her responsibility at all. But I don't know why we don't choose that option.
Q, when your mother came back, but wasn't your mother.
But it wasn't my mother. Cass is saying it will be them. They just will look different. What the fuck's the problem with them looking different? I look different.
He's got me there.
Cass looks different from day to day.
Yeah, but she chooses to.
That's true, but, she also didn't choose to die. Well, actually, she did one time, but I got real pissed.
I didn't die that time. That wasn't the same.
Q,
Can I
most people don't choose to die.
Can I at least bring Vendrith back and have him tell us what to do?
Yeah.
I mean,
is he smart?
This is
reasonable.
This is his city. These are his
Yeah,
people.
do that.
Yeah, that's reasonable, I think.
I don't think that the city is ready to lose him.
Pierce looks at Pongu. Hey, can you do like a magic scanny thing? I've seen Kess scan for magic before. Is it something you can do?
Add a character you think like detect magic or
Yeah, detect magic is what he's hinting at.
Yeah. I just need a few minutes, yeah?
Okay, so the place where this may be useless, but what the fuck, right? Like every turn over every rock. The place where Sierra Mist disappeared. Can you go do a little beep boop scanarooski over there?
Pongu flipped off towards where he remembers the point of origin, where all that stuff was.
Okay. And you cast Detect Magic there?
Yep, 10 minutes.
Okay. So over the course of 10 minutes, you feel this arcane energy churning through you. It's a familiar thing, but it's a familiar spell you're casting, but the result is unfamiliar. You detect that there was certainly magic here very recently, and there are traces of it still lingering but dissipating. And it's not a type of magic you're familiar with or have ever even heard of. It feels empty. It feels cold.
Pungu returns and relays that information and just, it's not helpful, but I have no idea what it is. It's new to me. Yeah.
Did it feel cold and dead and empty?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was what I was expecting. If you had said something else, then that would have been worth investigating, but that was confirming what I thought, so.
And wait, I might be able to move things with my mind, but I can't read minds. What did you think it is?
I mean, she had these black, looked like void water in her hand, over her hand. It just traveling void magic, whatever
Yes.
this is all.
She also fell into what looked like one of those portals that Cass went into,
Oh.
which was voidy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it looked exactly like it, but it was definitely similar. So does she know how to control those and open them up?
Well, I don't know how she'd survive if it was a void like the one that Kess fell through. I don't know how she'd survive.
Well, if she can control it, then
Or is
she knows how to survive it.
she controlling it, or is something controlling her? Was that her talking, or was that
Well,
something else talking through her?
Whenever I
Like a
saw
meat
her,
puppet.
whenever I saw her on the beach, you know how I said that there was a green, like thing going through Evercrest, like looking for people.
Like a big green tentacle monster?
Yeah, I think it's more just like one tendril, right, Zach?
That's as far as you can tell. Yes.
Okay.
Like a
It
big
looks to be. It
lightning?
looks to be like one giant vein that's connected all over Evercrest, from what you've seen thus far.
lightning.
But it like came down and followed her, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It glided, not necessarily followed her, but it glided with her as she walked.
Yeah.
It was like a little segment of it. Like it all stayed up in the air, but a little leg of it came down
Yeah.
and glided beside her.
So you saw her.
Mm-hmm.
Did she look cognizant? In her own mind?
I feel like she was cocky. Am I right, Zach?
Make an insight check.
Oh, that was good. 28.
28. Yeah, she was proud.
Yeah.
She seemed to be in control of her own mind, based on judging her body language and judging her. You didn't know, like, getting the vibe from it. There weren't any flags that told you otherwise. She seemed proud, as I said.
Yeah. I told them that.
Okay.
Well, I hate her now.
Pierce, can we go talk real quick?
Really?
Is that the-
Yeah. No, yeah.
Oh.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
There's not much we can do. They're healers. I'm new to this, so very baby healer. Cash, you feeling good?
I'm feeling great. That was you?
Yeah, I did that. Smacked you. Isn't that cool?
That was a nice
Mm-hmm.
heal. Like, thank
Yeah. That's new.
you.
So-
That's the new person is healer, not shadow.
Head count, three of you can heal,
Yeah.
right?
And you can you like opposite heal.
Yeah, I reverse heal people, and then all three of you can talk to voices in your head.
Yeah.
What?
Well, wait. I don't know about Pongu having a voice. He has a spider or a cat or an owl or something that scares me all the time.
You have some deity that you talk to.
Points up.
Right, voice in your head. So,
Do they talk back?
In a way.
Oh, see, that's not good. We got to keep an eye on that.
that's a very Pongu answer. So, yeah, let's go talk. Pierce looks at the two. Give us a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fill my mom in on the maybe bringing Vendrith back to then see what we need to do part.
Okay. As Pierce and Q step away and Kess goes to fill her mother in, you guys see the doors to the ballroom swing open and Zev comes in, and there are three people in robes following him. And at that point, we're going to go ahead and take our break.
Oh my gosh.
Lot going on, guys.
This was stressful.
There's a lot going on. Y'all are. That was.
Robes are good.
Robes are
Robes
good.
are good.
Yeah.
Robes mean cleric sometimes.
Clerics,
Or
yeah.
or
I said sometimes.
they just had a bath. I didn't say what kind of robes.
I
We're going
mean,
to take our break.
Ornamental robes.
Yeah.
We prefer our clerics clean, so.
They're fresh from the Marriott lobby.
Right.
Wet cleric.
Right. They smell
Oh
like
no!
lilac and gooseberry.
I'm,
We'll be
wet
back in
blankets.
10 minutes.
I'm cutting us. Okay, they can hear us.
Okay.
Hello, words.
Mustache.
And now they can see us? Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello.
Didn't
Hi.
see you there.
Irashamase.
I'm just
Wow.
making intense eye contact with my camera while I'm.
Can I make a real
Teabagging?
quick confession to everyone before we like leap back into the game? Because this has been weighing on me. I started playing Pokemon Go again last week after when I was on
Right, get
vacation,
back in.
and I'm just all the way back in, and I just needed to get that off. I needed to release it from my
Release it
person.
into the universe.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Friend codes in chat.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
it'll do it. Every time I think I'm far enough away, and it'll be months and months and months, eventually I'll be like, that new update sounds good, huh?
There's a gym nearby.
Yeah.
I mean,
My job is a gym.
Yeah. Oh no. That's the worst.
Is it really?
It
No, it's
is.
the best. Fuck off. It's so good. But it's like so good in a this is an illegal drug and I should not be consuming it.
Fair.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So, if you guys are ready, we shall.
I just noticed, Sonny, your variant hoodie, and I like it.
Oh, thank you. Thank
It's a
you.
good hoodie. It's a goodie. So, last we left off, Pierce and Q were stepping outside to have a bit of a conversation, and Zev had just stormed back inside with 3 healers that he had found, and 3 presumably healers that he had found in
Oh
town.
no, it's the heroes.
It's the heroes.
Who are we?
Hey,
we're
this
the
is
nobodies,
our
yeah.
story.
We're the They're just 3 badass adventurers.
Zach will be picking up the story from here. We'll see you guys later.
It's been great.
It's like, oh, these are all the healers of Critical Role. They've just come in to take note of this story.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Plus Moral High Church.
Q. Zone of Truth. Q and Pierce. What are you doing?
Pierce, I think, is following Q probably because Q has to talk.
Yeah, I guess we stepped out onto the back balcony. Or terrace, you called it?
Nice little patio terrace sort of situation.
Yeah. Q just looks up at the stars like he saw Pongu do. And just sort of and without turning and looking at Pierce, he just goes, "We have to find her."
Oh, Sienna?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna find her. She's on the list of people what need a reckoning.
A lot of lists going around. And he turns around and he's just crying.
Hey,
Pierce gets down on like takes a knee.
are you, what's like? There's nothing we could have done.
It's my fault though.
How is it your fault?
When my mom died, I freaked out too. And then I brought Skoogamore here, and Skoogamore killed her husband. And now she's gone to some sort of power that she can't control. And she's killed everyone. Just like I did when my mom died. We have to save her.
What do you mean when your mom died?
Well, when my mom died, I was upset and I listened to everything that Skoogamore told me. Because I was vulnerable, I was open, I was weak.
And you did some things that you wish you hadn't done.
Well, not immediately because she was weak too. But I mean, you've seen what she did with the shadow and the people she killed, and if Cass wasn't there, she would have killed the guy that cooks food, and God knows what she would have done if we didn't get rid of her. And God knows if that could be her, but stronger. Maybe me being weak was keeping her from being stronger. And now that she's in a bigger body, she's able to kill 40 people at one time. I don't know. Or if it's a different person.
Do you think that Skoogamore found Sienna?
No, not necessarily. It doesn't seem like her. There wasn't, the room didn't go dark and there wasn't shadows. I mean, who knows? Maybe the shadows were just, again, a sign of weakness. Maybe I caused the shadows, but I don't know how this kind of magic works. But
Okay, we'll take a step back for a second. When we first came to Mardosta,
yeah.
did you know that she was gonna kill people while you were sleeping?
No.
Then it's not your fault.
Well, but I brought her here.
Right, but there's a 50-50 chance that it was either going to be her or me that killed Xeris anyway.
Yeah, but
Like, that was going to happen.
You would have had a good reason. You wouldn't have just done it to get stronger, and that's the difference between good and evil.
Yeah.
You kill people for good. You kill people who are doing bad. She killed people to make herself better and stronger.
Listen to me.
That's why you're one of the good guys.
If there's nothing else that you remember, I want you to remember this.
You've started a lot of sentences with that, so I'm going to have to start keeping a list.
Yeah, they're important.
Yeah.
So, you're not responsible for the actions of other people. If you didn't know what was going to happen, then there was nothing you could have done. And when bad things happen, good people, like you, tend to find a way to blame themselves because that's a way to control the situation. And what we have to understand is that we're not in fucking control of this situation. We're so far beyond control now at this point. And I know what it's like. I know what it's like to blame yourself or to find someone to blame, and that's a target, and it's a goal, and I like having those, but I think this is a situation where we have to accept that this is so far beyond anything that we could have done or known, and if I hear you say that it's your fault one more time when it's not, I'm gonna pop you in the face.
Okay.
Playfully.
I don't know if there is such thing as playfully face popping, but I believe you.
It's called a
What
boop.
about a boop?
Okay. Well, you're allowed to boop me. That's fine.
Okay.
But okay, even if it's not my fault, which I'm not totally convinced of, but I hear you and I understand you.
Okay.
I don't know that it's hers. And in fact, if it's not my fault, that makes it even more convincing that it's not hers either. You saw her. She was a normal person. And I look normal. Well, for me.
The people who make choices out of necessity, or they're backed into a corner, or to survive, or they've been misled or misguided, are not absolved of their responsibility, but the people who prey on them, they're the fuckers that need to be taken down. The person who's been misled can be redeemed. The person who's misleading, in my opinion, can't.
You just said it yourself. The person, you said a lot of words, but one of them was that the person who can't be, bad things happened and I was there, and decisions that I made caused bad things to happen. Whether I'm at fault, I'm still responsible for cleaning them up. So whether it's my fault Skoogamore was here and killed Xerox, it's my responsibility to help any fallout from that. And
There's
if
a
she
difference.
turned to some that's what I'm saying, Pierce. If she turned to some sort of evil deity to get revenge or whatever, if she was evil all along, that's weird. Why would she have just married some random noble and tried to take over Cass's house and then all of a sudden just go flip out and tear the sky open? But it feels like it feels like she may have found this evil, which we already know existed because Cass says it's related to the Evercrest light, which has been weeks, months, years. It's been a time ago. I don't really know days. That's not a goon thing. That's Q. It's my responsibility to help figure that out. And if she made a stupid mistake because her husband died because my fake mother killed him.
But there is a difference in the responsibility that we have to each other and to them to help, and a difference between it being your fault for something that you didn't know was going to happen.
I accept that.
Then let's try to help
Who?
as many as we can, especially the Shadowmoors. They're going to need help, or they're going to need people around to sort this out. And then Skoogamore, Sienna, the Void. We can stop it.
Cass needs 10 days, she said. You saw this Toyota Sienna got to Evercrest in 2 seconds. Or at least within the minute it took Cass to start scrying. Imagine how far away she could be in 10 days. How far whoever's controlling her could take her, or how far she's decided to go by being misguided by someone.
I think
My
I
mother
think-
told me to go with you guys. My fake mother.
so. There's a silver lining.
Well, I think
Anyway.
she was planning on killing you guys,
Sure. Yeah. Well,
which is why she wanted me to follow you. So that would be a misguided. We just kind of intercepted that whole thing.
I think Kess is just freaking out and is trying to do the best she can. I think she's going to figure out, or I think she has figured out, that we have to do it one step at a time. And as long as we've tried to help, we can only do so much, and we can't, gauge a temperature of how much good we've done versus how much good other people have done, and that's just going to get us nowhere. So we're going to take it one step at a time. And if you know of a danger that's incoming and you don't do anything, then that's not good. But if you don't know something bad happens and it happens as a result of your actions, you're not at fault.
So like when we knew that Evercrest was a place we should have gone and we didn't. I was just as on board with not going to the scary green light.
Well, we helped other people by not going to the scary green light.
I'm not trying to do a gotcha. I'm just trying to
I
figure
know.
it out.
You're okay. Listen, the thing I said about never wanting to hear you say it's your fault again, delete that from your brain. I don't mean that. If you ever feel like something is your fault, you come let me know, and I'll let you know if it is or not. Does that sound better?
Yeah, because this one still feels pretty shitty, but I guess it's not my fault.
No, but we're gonna try to help. And Kess needs us, and Pongu, I don't know what the fuck he needs. If I asked Pongu if he was okay, he wouldn't say yes. He'd go, well, I think everybody's kind of okay in some form or fashion. Anyway, let's go. Thank you. Let's go see if they need anything.
Okay, thank you. Since Augustus left, I've always kind of been my moral compass.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know. Okay.
Pierce,
Yes.
I would like for you to make a history check, please.
History is the place you want to be, and it's a 15.
Okay. With a 15, as Q is talking about all of these things and speculating about all of these things that could be his fault, that might be his fault, something nags at the back of your head. You remember an autopsy report for Zaris. And you remember that part of the autopsy for Zaris showed that there were toxins in his blood. That nags at you as Q is speculating.
Mm-hmm. When... Right. Sorry, it's now Steve-O's just compiling thoughts together. And I speak so that my brain runs subroutines in the background, and maybe you don't notice that I'm buying time.
That's a mood. That's a big mood.
Very, very much so.
Okay, let's go check on Kess and Pongu.
Okay.
And Pierce will walk back in, presumably with Q following him.
Well, Q stares longingly at the stars for a moment. And then walks back in.
You have a nice moment where you're able to catch your breath a little bit. Feel the cold air in your lungs, and it's not that it breathes new life into you. All of the dread that was inside is still waiting on you, but there's just a moment where the cold air inside your body, inside your lungs, grants you clarity for just a moment as you're staring at the stars. You're not used to looking up. It's nice. So back inside.
Pierce walks back in and walks up to Kess and goes,
Do you have a second? I don't need you to step outside or anything. I just don't want to interrupt your thought process.
No, I'm fine. My thoughts can process in the background of me talking.
Okay, that's a really neat skill to have. Q was talking to me about everything that's happened and him finding Skoogamore and bringing Skoogamore here and Sienna showing up with the void stuff and the night that Zaris died.
Zaris?
And there were... Close enough. If he had toxins in his body, right? Now, whether or not it was the actual cause of death, we don't know, but he had toxins in his body. Someone besides Skoogamore tried to kill him.
Yeah.
And I don't have enough brain bricks to lay a foundation of a thought here, but it's bugging me.
Okay.
Can you... do any of those pieces fit for you?
Come with me. And as soon as we step outside of the ballroom, I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on me and Pierce.
Okay.
Q just goes to Pongu and says, I need to talk to you. No, I'm just kidding.
Because my whole family's in the ballroom, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that Zev has returned, yeah, your whole family is here. They're kind of like... they're in damage control. Not necessarily in damage control mode, but they're in shock and they're trying to process, but the wheels just aren't turning for them.
Okay.
Like they all seem to be of one mood, of one mind, which is just frozen.
Okay. Let's go to my mom's office.
Okay.
Okay. We sneak to my mom's office. I want to sneak.
Okay. Make stealth checks.
Plus, you have plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
I have plus 10
Yeah.
because of
Pass
pass
without
without
a
a trace.
trace. Yeah.
Okay.
27.
Also 27.
Okay. So definitely, you make your way around. You're outside at this point. You make your way around the ballroom and back into the back into the mansion. And back inside, Pierce, it's a familiar, eerie silence. Kess, you've never heard your home this quiet. But you are inside. You make your way up to the second floor, to the right, and into your mom's office.
It's unlocked.
Actually, no, it is locked. So you will need to do something about that if you wish.
Can you pick it?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
I give him guidance, so you have a D4.
Okay.
Okay. So D20 plus your dex plus your proficiency. Plus
D20
Plus the
plus-
D4.
D20 plus my dex
Dex.
modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Plus your proficiency plus the D4.
$24.
24. Okay. Very, very quickly, twist the lock-picking tools and clicks open. You hear the tumbler shifting. The door swings open.
Pierce turns to Kess before they walk in. He goes,
She should probably upgrade this to like some serrated pins on the lock.
Yeah.
I think
That
we'd keep it from. That was really
was
easy.
a lot easy, yeah. Really easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't want to accuse my mother of murdering 40 people. But, like,
I don't want to do that either.
right, I know. But she was trying to take care of the Zaris problem on her own without us. And he had been poisoned. So I'm wondering what her plan was, because she never really told us. And then, I don't know, I'm just kind of hoping maybe we can find something in here to kind of either close that or open that a little more and give us something that we can go off of.
Right, but even if she did, even if let's just say Skugomore never got there, and let's just say that she poisoned his ass, right?
Well, she
Wouldn't know that Sienna would go whatever Sienna did.
No, that's true. But I'm just curious on how she was gonna do it, and if the poison was her.
Okay, but just to be clear, you're not saying your mom poisoned the champagne and 40 people at her own party. You're saying that she had an indirect potential impact on Sienna's choices, because between you and Q,
I don't know. My mom could have poisoned people. I have no clue. I don't trust anybody.
but I like your mom.
I know. Well, she's been nice since we've been back, but also she will do anything to keep our family safe and in, the power, I guess, that we're in. I don't know.
You want to look around?
Yeah.
There's no way she had anything to do with this. Let's just prove that.
Okay. That
Yes.
will, I think if I could get past that, then I can think clearly, maybe.
Cass, what is your passive perception?
23.
23. You see along a bookshelf, you see you hear a clinking and you hear a small turning of a gear, and you look and there is what appears to be like a facsimile of a cockroach looking at you. And you look a little bit closer. You get that with your passive perception. You look a little bit closer and it appears to be mechanical in some way.
I snatch it.
Make a dexterity check.
Dex? 18.
Yeah, you snatch it like it kind of squeaks a little bit as you grab it.
I thought this place was too nice for roaches. And Pierce is like looking through files, but like he's being very careful one at a time with papers. He doesn't want to disturb anything while he's looking through them.
Sure, make a perception check. Or sorry, investigation.
Investigation. Nope. That fell. I'm not looking at it. I'm just going to roll on the others because it's going to take me 30 minutes to unplug and go grab it. So investigation is 12.
12. It's hard to find. Just looking at the papers and being as careful as you are, it's really hard to find anything. You see a lot of invoices and bills of sale and things of that nature. A few correspondences, but it seems to be all mostly business.
Can you hold this? And I hand him the mechanical cockroach.
Oh god.
Don't let it go.
Oh, God.
It's not a real one. It's like a.
Oh, it's making noises like a real one. I hate
Just
it.
like kind of pet it. I think I
want to smash it.
just pet it.
Pierce is. Yeah.
Wings sort of fold back a little bit.
What do we need me to do? Oh, hurry up. What are you
Just-
doing?
Just hold it. I'm gonna check
I'm
the
holding it.
desk specifically in all the drawers.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Gosh. Oh, guidance. Dirty 20.
Okay. So yeah, as you look through the drawers, you find a secret compartment in the very back of one, like a little bit behind. You feel a little compartment that unfolds, is hinged, and it unfolds, and you see a letter in there. As you take it out and examine the letter, you see that it is from someone by the name, simply by the name of Kistia, and it basically says to the degree, something to the degree of, your problem is something that I can fix. Respond to this message, and I will, essentially, it says, your problem is something I can fix. Respond to this message, and I will take care of the individual in question. It appears to be from a hired assassin.
Okay, so this had nothing to do with my mom. She hired somebody to kill him, but never went through with it. Because obviously he died.
Do you think that Sienna poisoned him? That somehow it was... I don't know. Because she'd been trying to draw Skoogomore out? I don't know how she would have known.
I don't know.
Can you please tell me what you're going to do with this roach? Because I don't want to touch it anymore.
I
There's
take
like
it.
some smoke at this point, like cough sputters out from underneath the wings.
I take it and I pet it. I start petting it.
Looks up at you.
Why are you here?
Like tries to scuttle like up your arm.
What?
Make an intelligence check, Kess.
Oh, I don't. 11?
11. You know that your parent, you've never seen anything quite like this before. You've seen a few, random things of this like, but you know that with the nature of what your parents do, your mom has been known to deploy things of this nature to keep watch on certain rooms of the house.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm gonna borrow you for a little bit, and I put him on Pierce's shoulder.
Nope, not a fan.
Flutter out.
This could be useful.
Yeah, useful in spreading diseases.
It's not a real cockroach.
Yeah, well, some mechanical disease. Also, fight us over for every time you guys talked to an animal or a deity or a voice in your head. I'm just gonna start talking to Iris. And Pierce pulls out Iris. What do you think, Iris?
Pierce, I think you're kind of crazy.
Pierce glares at Kess and he goes, yeah, I'm starting to think I am the crazy one. I'm the only one that doesn't talk to my fucking shit. Let's go. If this thing squirts anything in and around my face for any reason whatsoever, and it goes back to you. And Pierce hands it to Kess.
Well, I just carry it. No, I put it in my bag. I don't tell my mom I have it.
Okay. Do you feel like she did not poison 40 people?
Yes, I feel confident about that now. We can figure out. Okay, so now I think that Sienna was definitely poisoning Zaris.
So it's not your mom and it's not Rook.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Checked a few things off.
I try to leave the room like it was.
Okay. Yeah, easily enough. You're pretty practiced in the art of the sneak. So you're able to like tidy up the room and put make your mom's fairly tidy, but she's got her organized chaos that she thrives under, and you're familiar with that. So you kind of adjust it just so it was when you entered the room in the first place.
Okay. Okay.
And we sneak back.
Yeah. Sneak back, walk in.
Angu, it was like they just left. You're muted, though. Pangu, I can't hear you.
Still nothing.
You're still muted.
Hello?
I thought you were doing a gag.
Yeah,
I thought it was a bit.
Mongoose was just like, yeah, the back? Where'd they go?
I sometimes, I don't know.
They should probably situate these robed people. I think they look like, well, not all clerics look the same, you know?
I knew a cleric once.
Did you?
Yeah, are any of these people blue?
They are not.
Okay. They don't look like the cleric I knew.
So while Kess and Pierce are gone, and they're not gone for too terribly long, probably about 5-10 minutes. As they are gone, you notice the people in the room. There's one human, one elven woman, and one tiefling, purple skin, and they're all wearing. They appear to be they're wearing robes, but they're the equivalent of like night attire. They appear to have been gotten out of bed. And almost Dickensian. So one of them goes up, and like they all sort of like form this circle around specifically Vendrith, and he very much so takes up all of their attention. And you watch as they perform a ritual, and over the course of a few minutes, they a diamond explodes in a ritual sort of familiar to you. You've seen something like it before. And right as Pierce and Kess walk back in, you look and see breath return to the body of Vendrith.
Oh, there he goes. Good job, you lot. Hi.
Okay,
Yes.
what do we miss?
Vendrith is back. The other clerics who are smarter than me were able to bring him back. It took 3 of them, though, so yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, guess they don't need my resurrection magic anymore.
One of them turns around and says, "You have resurrection magic. We're going to need all the help we can get."
I was going. Okay, yeah.
This is the elven woman, and they're like looking around, dealing with things of this nature. Comes with certain risks. We will not be able to save everyone. Some of them might choose not to return. The spirit is quite different when detached from the mind, as it turns out. But over the course of a few days, we can certainly try. If that is what we should do. Vendrith is at this point, he is breathing, but he is still unconscious. He's lying on the floor.
I give him a big heal.
Okay. How big a heal?
A big one. Hang on.
Big boy heal.
Well, Goon, I thought you were going to, earlier when you asked about cleric, I thought you were going to ask if any of them looked like a 6-foot chicken. Well, that's where I thought you were going with that. That's why I was shaking my head, as I thought you were invoking Lieutenant Sanders.
22.
22 points of healing. Okay. Yeah, he opens, his eyes flutter open. And he like jolts up. He looks around. What happened? What happened here?
Sienna. We think poisoned the champagne. And then she left. She's in Evercrest.
These are the most powerful people on the continent. I don't know what to do. Is it right? Is it right? He looks to the clerics. Is it right to play with death? To spit in the face of it? Was it right for you to bring me back? He just kind of sits there for several minutes. And eventually, he catches his breath. You hear some gentle sobs. And he looks. Can they be saved? Can they all be saved? He looks to the healers, looks to all of you.
I think the people of Mardosta will want to know that the Shadowmoors tried.
One of the healers steps forward. We have 10 days before the problem becomes unfixable. Well, may the stars shine upon us. And he climbs up and tips over his chair and climbs into it.
Start making a list of resources that we're gonna need.
He wheels out of the room.
I give the list to Zev.
What do you want me to do with this?
Go get everything
Right now?
in the morning.
Is that? I mean, from there's some. where can I get all these? It's a lot of diamonds, Kess. And doing some math, he looks at it and looks at the people on the floor. I don't know that we have enough resources. At least for everybody to come back. I heard you talking, at least for everybody to come back the same.
I don't know. I hoped that Vendrith would tell us what to do, and now I don't know. I don't know. That's the stuff that we'll need if we're gonna do it. And if we don't do it, then let me know. But if we do it, then come get me tomorrow and I'll walk out of the room.
Okay.
Are the other clerics still there?
Yes. Two of them have gone to two people at random and have resurrected them.
Oh. Out of character, is there any reason why it took 3 then to resurrect Vendrith?
No, they were just kneeling around him. It was
Okay, gotcha.
that was like you would know that being the leader of the town, it wasn't necessarily unusual for there to have been 3 on deck on standby in case something went wrong.
Okay, gotcha.
With him being the leader of the town, they would have wanted all the resources focusing.
Gotcha.
It really only took one. It only took 1 diamond.
I'll go up to the elf if the elf is the one that isn't the 2, maybe, or whoever's not currently resurrecting.
The elf is the one that is standing aside.
Okay.
Yes. How can I help you?
Hi, yeah. My name's Pongu. Also a cleric. However, not as skilled or as advanced as you all. Vendrith really posed a curious question, yeah?
When something of this nature happens, you're familiar with the oaths that one takes to become a healer in the first place. You're familiar
Course.
with the gray lines between doing no harm and ignoring a problem.
Yeah.
Is it our right? I don't know. But you can't tell me you don't feel a sense of responsibility. To at least try. You? Yes. Looks at you, Q.
Oh, I just felt a sense of responsibility. I thought we were like a round table discussion kind of thing.
Of course, anyone is free to speak.
Well, I mean, aren't we all responsible if we can help to help? Isn't that what being good is? So, I mean, you earlier said that you said that the spirit can choose to come back. So that's your consent there. So if you resurrect somebody and they choose not to come back,
This
then
question is far from the first time I've heard such a thing. This is far from the first time I've pondered such an existential question.
Sure.
I know that it is my duty, if I'm allowed, to do what I can. And if they choose to not return,
Right.
then that is the case. But depending on who can help and what resources we have, there may be some among us who I heard whispers of conversation about reincarnation rather than resurrection. It's a bit of a different story.
So,
But
like, they get shorter. I don't understand why that's a problem. Is this
either way, the spirit chooses whether or not to return.
right?
But so seldom do we know what choice is presented to them. what two options they have. So
Well,
I am
they
very much of
chose-
the mind that we should proceed.
Okay.
But
Okay.
again,
This
there are
just
two
seems to be a
sides
lot
to this
of-
philosophical debate.
Well, I just don't. I guess that's the key part of my problem here is that I don't feel like there's a debate. They chose to come to a party tonight. They didn't choose to die. So if we can put that back on put the life thing back on the menu, boys.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay. So cool. So it's like philosophy. You said, philosophical. That's just a bunch of dumbasses sitting around trying to figure out what doesn't even need to be figured out. We just need to do some shit instead of talking around here with our thumbs up our asses.
That is indeed its own school of philosophy, ironically.
Oh, son of a bitch. So if you need more diamonds, where's the nearest diamond mine? We can go get more diamonds. If you need more oils, we can go squeeze some fucking carrots. I don't know. Carrots make oil.
Don't quite provide. It would take quite a few carrots to provide the worth that we need.
Have a very large hammer.
What would you like to do with that hammer, friend?
Many things. And we can sit around and talk about all the things I could do with this hammer. Or we could fix the people on the ground. Would you like?
One thing at a time.
Okay.
One thing at a time.
What resources don't we have? And can Pierce and I, who are basically useless in this situation, go find some?
I believe the Shadowmoor young man ran to get what resources he could a moment ago. If you'd like to join him.
Pierce. We need to make a plan. Pongu too, because I think you just said that you can't heal people. Well, to that extent. We need to make a plan. If they have 7 things and they need 10 things, then we have to go find whatever the number between 7 and 10 is of those things. So get those things and tell me where those things are located, because we have a whole ass fucking world here and they exist somewhere. We're not bound by I can fucking fly. Like, what? Pongu can fly. What are we doing? We can go places. You've stolen things. Like we.
I feel like I need to make Q make a wisdom saving throw. Like, I feel like that's where he is.
He's just having a meltdown. And it's all good.
I don't like philosophy, guys. Do the thing.
So
that's Q. Or Goon loves philosophy.
So if I as the DM can get everyone's intention at this point in time, you are wanting to use what resources you have to cast Raise Dead or Resurrect on as many of these people as you can. Okay. So who has the ability to cast such spells? Pongu does not have.
Not today.
I mean, in general. Do you have the ability to resurrect or raise dead?
What if Pierce tried to fire the gun backward?
Let me check his known spells, but not prepared.
Who's the Overwatch person that shoots heals from their gun? Is it ever all of them?
Anna.
Anna.
So
Oh,
fun.
all of them.
And actually, no, Lucio doesn't do that.
So raise dead or resurrect.
Correct.
Or reincarnate. But
Or
then
reincarnate.
they'll get a mustache that they didn't have before.
Oh, too bad.
We call that getting cavilled.
Uh-huh.
No, because of my multi-classing, I can revivify or I can animate dead, but they come back as zombies.
Okay.
That one-
So between the 3 clerics, and just so everything is on the table, that is a thing that I rolled for to see how many there were that you guys would have access to. So between the 3 clerics and Kess, you will be able to raise dead on everyone who died over the course of 10 days. It's going to be very close, but you will be able to do such a thing.
Just raised dead?
Is it Raise Dead or Resurrect that is the 10-day?
Resurrect is. I don't have Raised Dead, so I'm not sure. Resurrect is the one where they'll come back in a different body, but it can be within 10 days.
They don't take over someone else's body.
Wait,
No.
so okay.
Just a
Raise
random-
Dead is the Pokemon evolution of Revivify.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Right.
you have Reincarnate, correct, Kess?
Yes.
Reincarnate is
Okay.
the one where they come back possibly as a different body.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
that's what I have to help with.
with the resources that you have, you will be able to resurrect everyone, but 10 people
Reincarnate.
will 10 people will be reincarnated rather than brought back in their form. So you're posed with a choice. And we'll say, in the interest of time, over the next 10 days, and we can role play any individual of the days that you guys wish, but over the next 10 days, Zev is able to return with enough diamonds from the Baron's mansion, from his personal vault. He actually insisted that you use that particular supply. So he's able to return with enough diamonds to be able to do that, and you have enough oils, especially after scouring what Rook had and things you're able to find at the night market. You're able to have 10 days worth of reincarnate.
And point of order, Pierce does have a diamond on him that he took to the ball, but I can't remember. He may have actually mentioned it earlier to Kess, but he doesn't mention it again. He doesn't give it up. He
Okay.
keeps it on his person.
That's fine. All right. So over the next 10 days, you all sort of watch and wait as these clerics tirelessly work to and cast tirelessly work to fix this problem. And roughly
During the 10 days, Pierce would be like grabbing towels or helping Pongu make food or whatever, just to keep people going.
Yeah, I imagine that I'm actually using Speak with Dead at the end of each night before I go to bed to like try to communicate, and just for the ones that we haven't resurrected yet, just to connect with them and say, help is on the way, dear. But you know, we're about to do this thing.
Okay. So, over the course of 10 days, this is what's happening. It becomes a little bit grim at some points in time as some of the bodies toward the end of the week begin to decay. But by the end of the week, you have successfully resurrected or brought back to life 36 of the 40 that had died. 4 of them, for some reason or another, chose not to return. All of the people who had offered you jobs,
It wasn't those 4.
it was not those 4. Those they actually returned. And that was just so you guys know, that was a roll.
Yeah.
That was fate. The dice decided that. So,
The 4 who didn't come back, sorry to tell you.
after 10 grueling, excruciating, intense days in which there's not much joy to be found in Mardosta proper, word has gotten out. But word is also getting out that the nobodies, as well as some clerics, are doing what they can. There's also rumblings of whether or not these highfalutin nobles even need to be saved, with all of
That's fair.
the resources that it will take up and all of the resources that they take. But that conversation is mostly quiet. At the end of the 10th day, you are left with only 4 instead of 40 who had passed on the night of the night ball.
Did would Pierce have ever heard ever of this kind of mass return, this reversal of a massacre.
You can make a history check.
That's what
It's
they were
used the
doing in
same as
Evercrest.
before.
They had people in tents lined up.
15.
15. Yes. You do remember that is what they were trying to do in Evercrest. It wasn't quite going as well. It seems like there were a lot of people in Evercrest who were choosing not to return.
So in this world, when there is a mass tragedy like this, this is not an unusual circumstance for
It
this
is
kind of
unusual.
thing to happen.
It is unusual. You happen to have seen it twice, but it is unusual that people are willing to use the resources. The people with the resources are willing to use such a thing to bring people back. But in these two instances, you have seen that some people are.
I imagine there would also be like the D&D equivalent of like a medical power of attorney or like a DNR, you know, like do not resuscitate. But since here the spirits have the option and the
Yeah.
agency to do that,
Yeah.
that also adds that level.
Yeah. So yeah, to answer your question, yes and no, Pierce.
Okay.
You were not familiar with it, but it's becoming increasingly familiar to you lately. But at the same time, you know that they're not many
Unusual,
people-
but not history making.
Right.
Okay.
Can we go back in time?
Yeah, absolutely. We can, like, anything that you guys want to do over the course of that 10 days, we absolutely can, or even the night.
Just the night of the night ball before, like after Kess walks out and just tells them to come get her the next day. She's gonna go to her room, open the window, and Ash is still with her.
As a
I'm
snake, yes.
guessing, yeah. And she's probably just gonna sit there and I think she'll read her notes to him, like her theories and just like some of the things that she's thinking, and maybe talk about going to, like, she's not gonna talk about what all just happened. She's gonna talk about, like, just talk to him about just what she thinks is going on with his stuff, I guess. Even though she knows he can't, she's trying to take her mind off of all the dead people downstairs.
Sure.
So, and
So he sits and he listens, and almost as if he sits on your shoulder, and it's almost as if he's reading your notes. He never tries to communicate with you. He just sits and he listens, and you know he's listening.
Mhm.
And eventually, after several hours of this, you doze off. I'm still coiled around your neck. And when you awaken the next morning, he's gone.
Okay. When she wakes up, she's just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, thank you for coming to the ball." And then she'll just go back to sleep or whatever she's
Okay.
doing that day.
Okay. So, is there anything else that any of you would like to do over? We time jumped. Is there anything else you guys would like to do over that time jump?
Just me helping.
Yeah, and Pongo again in his like downtime away from it, folks, would be kind of doing the whole like trying to test his new telekinetic shove grab abilities on like little things and all that stuff. So superhero montage.
Sure. Okay.
I imagine Q is going to get into multiple philosophical arguments with all the religious leaders there.
But of course.
And just try to be as probably set some fires and then try to talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything in
But,
particular?
Hey. Knock knock.
Can we're quite busy. Can I help you? This is the same one you were having the philosophical conversation with the other day.
Oh no, in the fire. He's trying to talk to the
I got
fire.
you. I got you. Apologies.
Yeah.
I thought we're role playing the philosophical conversation.
No, but I'll do that. We got a couple hours, or
Oh yeah, when you said start some fires, I thought you meant you were like engaging conflict with the
Yeah, me too.
leaders.
oh no, he's gonna literally. Sorry. Okay, back up. He's gonna literally start some fires, and
Okay.
then try to talk to those fires. Just probably once a day, for those 10 days. Try to.
Okay. Toward the end of the 10-day period, you're starting to get pretty frustrated because this person was in your head and talking to you and giving you all of these ideas of power that you had and good that you could do, and you weren't fucking hearing from her. But as the room starts to clear of bodies and you find yourself in the suite where you and Pierce have been sleeping, you find yourself in there alone, staring into the fire. Hoy, you've been through some shit, haven't you?
What?
Hi.
What? Now?
What's up?
They're almost
what do you-
all here, alive now.
Well, I'm sorry, Q. There's not much. I can't always show up. Things are complicated. I can explain it to you someday, but it's when I
Really?
when I
Because I'm
can and
boning
can't-
up on my religious conversations. There's some interesting thought processes behind. Anyway, let's
They truly are. They truly are.
let's just talk about you.
I love
And-
talking about me.
Good. Who are you again, other than Skugamore's daughter?
I am Catilius, but of course you can call me Curty. That's quite
Right.
a loaded. It's quite a loaded question. What would you like to know besides just who am I? What's my whole shit? What's my whole vibe?
Okay. So, God can heal people,
Uh huh.
because that's what they're doing in there. Although Cass is healing people with a snake. I don't know.
I've not heard of that, but
Oh,
Like
you've not heard
it.
of the snake handlers?
no.
Done.
Real popular when you get into. Have you ever heard banjo music? Anyway.
There's a lot.
So,
I'm
yeah.
not familiar with
let's not
snake
get into
handlers,
that.
but
Try not to be. With your. Are you a god? Are you God? Is there a god?
Are you a
Do you
ghost?
know him? Them? Are you a ghost?
those are several. Those are several different questions, Q.
Oh, that's fair.
know,
and
God.
that's fair.
As she talks, it's almost like her shoulders and her chest puff out a little bit, as her flame sort of glows a little bit brighter. Not many people call me a god, but I don't hate the ring of it.
Okay.
I do have a bit. I've got a bit of power because of my heritage, because of where I come from. But things are a bit different for me. But I am, it's not that it's sort of weird to say that I demand your worship, but short answer, I am a bit of I am a god, but only a bit, if that makes sense.
Bit of a god. Bit of a god.
Yeah, bit of a god.
God bit. Like a godlet. Like a
I like that. I like that.
Godly.
Like a spark of God.
god spark.
Yeah. Sounds like an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, doesn't it?
I don't know what that means.
Anyway. Did you have more questions for me? I can only be around for a bit.
Oh. Can I help in this situation with all these dead bodies that are almost all gone now because you're late to the party? But it's fine because you said you'll explain it later. Which, God, that gets told to me a lot.
She sighs, and as she sighs, a few orange sparks sort of fly out of the center of the fire. So So, in a situation like this, there's not much that many people can do to help.
Okay.
The situation is being handled, and you should take pride in the fact that you're here for that.
It's a lot of. That's a lot of. And that's fair. That was the question I wanted to ask you like 8 days ago. And it's
Again, I'm
mostly been
sorry.
answered.
It's not
No.
super easy. It's not super easy to just bamf out over here.
Well, I can't do it, so. All right, maybe. I don't know. Point is,
We'll work on it.
we'll work on it.
Yeah.
Do you know okay. Do you know about the Emerald Flame? I mean, you're a regular orange flame kind of godlet. Is there an Emerald Flame? Green. Emerald's like a green, but shiny.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh, not bad. What was it? No, that was not good, but the first one was good. Do.
When Zach just said make a persuasion check with advantage right now, that I had that same feeling in my stomach, like when you're playing a video game and you walk into a big room and then it says saving.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 13 plus 5, so 18.
I'm familiar.
Is it like your other mother?
No.
Sister?
She was, It's difficult to explain, but...
Ugh.
Where did you...
Sorry, that's not directed at
Exactly
you.
what's
That's
happening.
directed at all the clerics that have talked about how things are difficult to explain. They act like I'm a child or something. That's
So you
not
try
your
not to get distraught when people assume you're a child.
Well, I'm 9 whole years old.
It's infuriating that you're 9 whole years old and they don't treat you like an adult, but you can use that to your advantage. Let them underestimate you. Let them. And then fucking watch what happens. Let them.
Best advice you've given me so far.
You're welcome. The Emerald Flame. Could that be what's happening? She's trouble. She's been gone for a long, long time.
Google more levels of trouble?
More so, Q, more so.
Good. So she's a she. Is she a god?
She is.
Huh.
She is.
True.
And at that point, flame
no.
extinguishes.
Huh. Okay. I should probably go tell Pierce.
Yeah, so Pierce is probably in the kitchen, like he's probably got like he put on an apron like over his duster. He looks ridiculous, but he is like serving food like from the kitchen to people. It's the only way he feels like he can be helpful.
You remember that episode of Johnny Bravo where he's cooking and he's like
Yep.
singing while he cooks? That's what I'm picturing, but nowhere near Johnny Bravo looking. Pierce.
Yeah.
2 seconds. I talked to my person with the fire.
Right, because everybody talks to weird shit. Go ahead.
Right. My weird shit person says that the Emerald Flame was a god. And I would normally this is normally Kessa's kind of expertise, but she's a little busy.
That's fair.
Yeah, she was a god. And she was trouble, and it was a long time ago. But she knows her.
The Emerald Flame, the green tendril, the thing that's hanging out in Evercrest, is a fallen god.
I don't know about fallen, but she
Used
hasn't
to
been
be a
around for
god.
long time.
Is not a god anymore.
Well, she said she still is a god.
Still is. Also was a god.
Right. Is, was, and had been at some point.
Okay. So, but now there's okay. So this is some sentient being Sienna's
being.
working with or for.
Right.
Okay. Pierce gets down and he gives Q a hug and he goes, "You did great.
Oh.
You
Positive
did great.
reinforcement.
You want some food?
Yes.
Yeah, here, have the food." He just gives him whatever plate he's holding it of whatever's being made in the kitchen.
Ah, that sounds delicious.
Yummy.
Okay. We'll tell Cass when she can process this.
Okay. A couple more days. There's not a lot of bodies anymore. Maybe Pongu. Listen,
Wait, how many gods do we know?
11.
There's 11 gods?
Hey, is that a large number?
They didn't give you a name, did they? Of this green god?
No, just
Green godlin?
Fuck.
No, but obviously, I mean, no, she used to be a god. Her name's the Emerald Flame. She's green.
I think I knew an
goblin.
Emerald Flame from Evercrest one. Anyway, different story.
Yeah. Well, she's obviously very powerful,
Right.
and
Okay.
with great power comes great responsibility. So maybe it's her fault.
Okay.
You said
We'll
great
tell-
god.
We'll tell Kess. Go tell Pongu. See if this rings any bells for him. And we'll tell Kess
Yes.
after everything gets figured out.
He's very old.
Pongu?
Yeah. He said that.
How old is Pongu?
Older than 9.
How old do you think I am?
At least 10.
Not wrong.
Pongo!
So yeah, quickly Q is able to find Pongu.
Pongo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
Emerald Flame was a god, and her name was the Emerald Flame. In retrospect, I didn't learn a lot, but she was a god.
Does this ring any bells for me?
No.
And she knows Curtilius.
Okay.
Curtilia? I always want to pluralize that. Okay, yeah. I always second guess myself because I want to pluralize sounding everything. So yeah, Curtilius.
Okay.
Who is living in my head sometimes. Well, or in a fire. Not important now. But she's a bigger problem than Skoogamore, which I forgot to tell Pierce. Hold on. Pierce?
Yeah.
She said she was a bigger problem than Skoogamore.
Good to know, buddy.
Can you put aside another plate?
Yep, you did. You earned some more food. Gotcha.
Thank you.
No problem. Did you tell Pongu?
I don't know. How many plates you got?
I'll make you another plate if you tell me that you found Pongu.
I found Pongu. I told him. Pongu's here. Pongu, say hi.
Hi, it's me, Pongu. I'm making bread, and so is my other hand.
Pongu, shut up and listen to Q. I got work to do.
Okay.
Two separate ends of the of the Shadowmoor estate, like very all the way across the house.
Oh, okay, so do you know you're old, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So you never heard of the Emerald Flame?
No. It's a, not cross. It's a large world out there, you know, Q.
I'm learning. You know, I used to think that the world stopped and ended at the ocean. You've heard of the ocean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
terrifying. One time,
it's large.
this big ass squid kraken thing Anyway, it's
You saw it? You saw a squid kraken?
Hmm. It
What-
died
what- Oh,
on the castle.
it died on the castle.
I mean, it knocked me out, so I didn't see it all happen. But when I woke up, it was dead on the castle,
I see.
and the king died too.
It's a lot of.
What were we talking about?
You were telling me about an emerald flame.
Oh, that's over. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's where it was. That's where I thought the whole world was. That's where the Emerald Flame is.
Yeah? Oh.
God, that was the most pitch perfect 9-year-old you've ever been.
It was 9 once. On Flame, it's on Evercrest.
Yeah?
Evercrest is the island I'm from.
And where your friend is? Duffy. Zeffy.
Friend is a strong word.
Associate?
What?
Associate?
Sure. They gave me meat once.
Okay.
It was a horse I called Meat. And it's also where Sienna is.
Oh, so lots happening there.
Pierce, I don't know if Pongu gets it.
Pongu, you better be getting it.
The only thing I get is that I'm here to serve. Pongu's like busy like rolling bread and stuff, and like his mage hand is also rolling bread on the side, like next to him now.
Making like a pretzel.
Yeah.
Cool, I can do that. And I cast Mage Hand. I give your Mage Hand a high five.
Can you see it? Mine's invisible.
Oh, I didn't know yours was invisible.
I mean,
I don't do that.
still,
then.
you just see like dough
That's fair.
being formed in midair, so like you just see it slaps the
I
dough.
said Mage Hand. I got excited. He likes to share things. He's 9.
Yeah. So, but, you know, this dough needs to settle. Why don't we go over there
Okay. Where are we going?
to Pierce?
Oh. Pierce, we're coming to you!
All right, I'll be over here when you get here.
A few seconds later.
Oh,
A few seconds later.
Yep.
we are.
Pongu's never heard of him.
Okay, that's fine. I just figured it was worth a shot. Back to work.
Back to work.
Hey, what? It's there's not planning.
Pongu, we can't plan anything without Kess. She's in no state to do that. We're gonna have to wait.
We've tried to plan things without Cass, and it's not gone well.
It's true.
Yeah.
I made a plan once by myself, and no, that worked out perfectly. But anyway, in this case, we need to wait for Kess.
A few more bodies, yeah?
I'm sorry. Oh, helping them. Yes.
A few more bodies, and we can sort out what's next.
I thought you said female bodies. Few
Oh,
more bodies. Okay, I heard it the second time.
It took me a
Third time?
second. Took me a
Yeah.
second.
Okay. So unless there's anything else that anyone wants to do while business is concluding, the couple of days later after this conversation that Q has with his new friend, as well as this confusing and long-range conversation with Pierce and Pongu, the business in the ballroom has concluded, and most of the nobles who had fallen at the night ball have returned in their own bodies, with their own minds. But some of them hadn't. So there's still a somber tone to the relief.
Clarifying question. Do we know enough about the ones that didn't return and any assumptions on why they didn't?
Make a history check, anyone who wants.
What? And then if I like during the time, if I spoke the dead with them, too.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Let's see. The specifics of Speak with Dead are interesting. Can you read that to me?
Yeah. One moment.
Yeah, because
Sorry, guys, we're kind of like in terms of the timeline of this episode, we're kind of squishy, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey all over the place. But I think
So
you guys will get it.
Speak with Dead.
Uh-huh.
You grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. The spell fails if the corpse was the target of the spell within the last.
Gotcha.
Like I can't use it twice in 10 days.
Gotcha.
Until the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse only knows what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion. So I imagine one of the 5 questions Pong would have asked is, do you want to return? And are you peaceful where you are? Like, are the top 2? I don't know what the other 3 would be.
Make a history check with advantage because you did Speak with Dead. What were you saying, Q?
Okay.
I don't want to go off into a philosophical argument, but the way I've always interpreted what Speak with Dead says is you're talking to the corpse, not the soul of the person.
Yeah.
Like you're talking to their memory. Is like, so I don't, would you want to come back? Maybe, but I don't know about, are you comfortable where you are? Because I don't know that the corpse
That's
knows
fair.
where the soul
That's
is.
fair.
Yeah,
That-
the soul's not
and
still
that's, I don't know if that's just always how I've interpreted.
That's my
Speak with Dead.
interpretation of it as well. We'll say that that's what Pongu was asking.
So with advantage, and if I gave myself guidance on it, can I do that?
Sure.
For
That's love,
16.
16. That's not quite enough to know exactly why they stayed behind.
Okay.
The confusion of Speak with Dead, and some of them were really, as you said, cryptic and repetitive. It's not really, you can't quite crack why they didn't return, but you hope they're at peace.
Are they people of power in the community?
Yes.
Since they're nobles?
Everyone at this night ball was people with power in the
Ooh.
community. Yeah.
Who are they in
Especially-
relation to the Shadow Moors or Kest? Do you know?
They were all nobles. So
They're not blood, like not familially related. Familially? Is that a word? Not related in that way, but they certainly all knew each other.
Do they leave the states behind, or do they have inherited?
they all pretty
Bloodlines.
much have bloodlines.
Not me trying to usurp an estate.
Sure. Yeah, no, the ones that left definitely had heirs that they left their estates to.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what you get with that.
If like 10 days is up,
It is.
Kess, I imagine, is completely run down.
Yeah.
So Pierce is going to walk in to wherever she is as this is wrapping up with a plate of food with bread and fruit on it that he picked out, which isn't like probably like the greatest. That he doesn't know how to pick like fruit or anything, but he did learn not to bring meat. So he sets it down and he says, "You should be proud."
I am. I'm just sad that it all happened in the first place, but I'm really happy that we could do something for almost all of them. I know that they're not the greatest people either, but maybe this will change some of them for the better.
I couldn't say, but I think that at the very least, this is gonna sound shitty. I just want you to know that I know that this sounds shitty.
Okay.
I think that it was important. Ultimately, I went back and forth on it, and I think it was important for your family to show for the optics of the situation that they tried. So I hope. Do I care if, Snotty Bumbeard the Third leads a lucrative life after this? Not really. But if your family is looked at either as heroes or at least knows, if Mardosa knows that this wasn't your fault, I think that was important. And I think you did that.
I hope so. I think that there's no way really to know other than just time with that, though. Just how everything settles down after all of this. And yeah. I hope that's what people think, though.
Our boy Q got some information, and I didn't want to burden you with it, but I also know that you'd be mad if we didn't tell you
Oh.
pretty soon.
Yeah.
Do you have your notebook?
Hold on.
Do you have your notebook?
She's in the greenhouse. And her notebook's like over on a bench. She was like watering like plants and stuff. Okay. Hang on. Hold on. Wait, what is this about?
Okay, so I don't want to oversell it, and I don't want you to get your hopes up, but Q was able to speak to his magic friend and asked about relations between them and Skoogamore, and asked about the emerald flame, and the emerald flame is/was a god, and presumably their name is the Emerald Flame. And I believe Q said this, please somebody correct me if I'm accidentally metagaming. Skoogamore is a god. Curdy's a god. And they, to some degree, they know each other. Or know of each other.
Yeah.
So, that's it.
I think we knew that.
Okay.
Right? Q?
That he said, because just about Curdy being God, because she specifically described herself as not a full one, but yeah, everything else is accurate.
Okay.
Right.
So he might not have called her a god.
Okay.
Right. But
okay.
Godlet.
Godlet.
God spark.
Okay. And Ash is a Titan.
So those are two different things.
I'm not there.
I wonder if because Ash knew Skoogamore before he told, like, he kind of gave me some weird answers on that, but it was kind of like
there's an is and there's a was, and during the was they all knew each other. The is, they don't really know each other as well or as they used to.
Or they've changed to become different things.
They've shifted. And some of them are real fucking bad. And Ash, I hope he's fighting against it like we presume he is.
I don't think he can fight against anything right now.
Well, I hope his intention is to fight against it, is
yeah.
really what I'm getting at.
I want him to be strong enough to be able to help us. I think he would help us.
I'm trusting you on that one. Also, I think we're going to have to consider the potential fallout of if we get into a situation. You would agree that we've been in situations where we've had to kill people before, right? With an alarming amount of regularity.
Yeah, most every day. Yeah, okay.
Well, we've never traveled with someone who could explode in a giant vortex if they see a dead body. So, I don't know how to handle that situation.
Okay. Okay, Pierce. I need to tell you something. When everybody died, you were the only one of us that could be strong. Do you realize that? I don't think that Pongu meant to do what he did. There were 40 dead bodies around him. And I think you're a very strong person, and you were really strong and there for all of us. And of course, that meant that anything that, you know, looked like danger to you, you wanted to take care of it. But I don't think that Pongu is dangerous to us. I just think that he has a lot of feelings and emotion. And I just think he didn't know how to control them in that time. But also, I know, and I also know that feelings and emotions that are uncontrollable can also be dangerous, but I don't know. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I don't think that he could help it.
I don't blame him. But I don't want anyone else to get hurt. And I know that we're prone to a certain type of reaction. And I don't know if that means that we have to look at our reactions, or if we're going to have to start introducing like little corpses to him a little bit at a time to get him used to it.
I don't want to do that.
That sounded so much worse.
I know what you mean, though.
Out loud. Okay.
I think Pongu... You know how Pongu tries to talk to us about our problems and our feelings?
Yeah, as a way to deflect from his own.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I think that those little corpses you're talking about might be actually conversations that need to happen. And he needs to talk about things. And that will happen eventually. That will happen over time. There's no need to force that or rush that.
So you don't think, if I ask him a question and he doesn't answer it directly, you don't think that's him being dodgy? You think that's him coping?
All four of us cope in the exact same way. What do I say every day? I say I'm fine. You know I'm not fine. But I do it to cope. Pongu deflects to cope. Q brings up other random stuff to cope. You shut down to cope. It's just kind of what we all do.
Pierce takes off his hat that he's wearing. He looks at it and he goes,
The other day you didn't want to get angry at the hat. This is going to sound stupid. Do you want to hug it?
Yeah. I take the hat and I hug the heck out of it. And then I hug Pierce. We have a lot to do. And a lot of people to take care of. And it may not feel like it because this week there were 40 dead bodies in this house, but I swear we're going to help people.
Yeah, maybe we should be actively looking for the light where we can find it.
Yeah. Oh, I pull out the cockroach.
No, it's been a hell of a day. I think
Hang
I'm
on,
gonna scuttle on it.
Do
Yeah.
you think I should give this to Q?
He's afraid of everything.
I think, like, I don't know. I think you might like this. He needs to definitely know that it's not food, that it will not taste good. But
Do you think if you tell him it's a toy? I hate it. I really would love it if we just threw it away.
I don't want to throw it away.
Okay, yeah, see if Q wants it. Just don't surprise him with it. He'll hit it with a hammer.
Yeah.
And his hammer's really big, and it's...
Okay. I'm gonna give it to him. Unless you want to give it to him, but I don't think you want to touch it.
Oh,
so.
no, God, no. No.
Okay. I like how I stole it from my mom and I just decided it's mine and I'm gonna give it to somebody else.
Hey, you know, I know we're gonna have to figure out where we're going next.
Yeah.
After this, but take your time. We're gonna follow your lead on this one.
I think you all know where I want to go. It might not be where everybody else thinks we should go first.
The shelves.
Yeah, I think that we need as much help as we can get before we go back to Evercrest. Plus, I can fly now, so traveling might not take that long anymore, which would be nice.
Just want to say we can all fly except for
Except for Pierce.
Everybody can do everything except for.
That's the title of the Pierce children's book. Everyone can fly except me.
A Pierce story.
Little golden Pierce.
So, I'm gonna go get some rest. Promise me you will too.
Yeah. I'm gonna go give this to Q first, though. So it has to sleep in your room tonight. And I just turn around and walk away.
Pierce walks out, not like with her, not alongside her, but will head back towards the room.
Okay.
I go find Q.
Oh, hey, you're done? It's everybody that can be alive? Everything's good? All good?
I think everything's okay now. As much as it can be.
I talked to my
Yeah.
light person and they told me a lot of things.
Yeah. Pierce told me.
Oh,
I
okay,
had
good.
a question for you to ask them next time you talk to them.
Okay. It
as-
might be a while.
Okay, that's fine. I know how that kind of thing works. They don't talk to you for like 20 days and then you're afraid that they forgot that you're there and then all of a sudden they show up as a snake. Yeah, I understand.
You had me until Snake. But yes.
Oh. Okay. Can you ask them if they know a Titan?
Titan.
A Titan
What's a Titan?
who... A Titan is a... Zach? It's a...
What's Zach?
Hang on.
Do you need me to...
Yeah, I have it. It's just
Okay.
gonna... I have the definition. It's just gonna take me
The
a minute.
definition of Titan that you have is a strong otherworldly being that was forged in the destruction in the wake of a god, a deity,
Okay. So...
Oh,
a reckless deity most of the time.
So...
well, hold on.
Yeah.
His name is Ash.
Well, that's not... That's what I call him.
Why do you call him Ash?
Because he gave me these and I show him my necklace. I mean, I've always had it on, but it's a necklace with ashes and he likes fire, and he's kind of an ashy color anyways. Like, his skin is kind
So-
of gray.
A Titan is a being that was forged during the destruction of an angry god.
Or
And
during...
you know a Titan who is around fire and ash. And we just found out of an angry god called the Emerald Flame.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask. And my god lit person Spark is also a fire.
Yeah.
Gugamore wasn't fire, she was shadow, but fire casts shadows. And water keeps coming up.
What do you mean?
Void water,
Oh,
the ocean,
the void.
rain. There was water in the cave. That is where water goes a lot of times, so that may just be tangential.
I don't know. Ash
It's a lot.
knew. I think Ash knew Skoogamore before.
Do you know his real name?
No.
So how can I describe him to... How would you like me to describe him to
He has.
Curdy?
He kind of has like the veins running up his arms are like fire like.
Okay.
His hands are like soot colored, like he just stuck them in a fire. The tone of his skin is gray, and he
sounds hot.
well, he
Like if you touched him, he would burn you.
oh oh yeah, probably.
Are you in danger?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm
Just
fine.
don't touch the hot man, okay?
Okay.
Go and take a point of inspiration.
Yes! Oh.
That was delightful. Because that had me. I was like, of course.
Uh-huh. I could, he takes the form of, he's
I'll-
always
I'll- yeah.
like a,
Okay.
almost like a
Okay.
scary animal a lot of times. Like, he's never, just like a puppy.
So, okay. Ashy,
He's a
veiny
druid.
fire
Kind of.
druid
Yeah.
who is hot and likes fire and ash. Okay. I'll see
Yes.
if she knows what a Titan,
Yes.
and she probably
Or-
does.
Or what he could
Okay.
have been born from, or something like that. Also, I have a present for you. It's not food. You cannot eat it. It will
Oh.
hurt your teeth.
Well, why would you give me something that would hurt me?
Well, no, it'll hurt you if you eat it. It's not meant to, like, it's not tasty.
Is it?
Just tell him it's a toy. He understands toys.
I mean, it's kind of like a toy, but I mean, it's more like a friend.
Oh. You're giving me a friend?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you have us. We're friends. Pierce, why
Right.
are you just standing in the hall?
Well, because I don't want to just give it to him already.
Okay.
Okay, I get the little bug, the little mechanical bug.
What is that?
It is. I stole it from my mom. I thought it was cool. I think it kind of like watches out in her study, like it kind of like keeps an eye out on things. But I also kind of thought it would be cool for you to have. And if you need anything to scout for you or look for things for you, it can be your little friend. And I give him the little cockroach.
Crawls up your arm.
Huh?
Up on top of your skull and just like perches on top of your head.
I'm totally seeing Wally, by the way. Like, like you know, a little bug in Wally.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Okay, well,
Huh?
he's yours.
He
You're
can
his.
fly? I can fly.
He flies down from your head and lands on your hand.
Everyone can fly.
Thank you, Cass.
You're welcome.
I-
Don't
does
get it
he-
out around my mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does
She
it
can-
hate
she
your
can get
mom?
another one.
Will it
No.
hurt your?
It was hers, but she can get another one. It's fine. I'm just gonna claim it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you stole it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Thank you for stealing from. Oh, you like me better than your mom?
I just thought that I thought that it would be more useful for us. And
Does he
also,
have a name?
I saw him and he's kind of cute and little, and it reminded me of you. No, I don't think he has a name.
Well, he'll have to have a name.
Okay, you can name him whenever you want.
Pierce
I'll think
leans
about
into
it.
Kaz and he whispers,
She can't spy on us if we keep that thing, can she?
I don't know.
All I'm saying is just don't say anything you don't want her to hear if it's going to be accompanying us.
I'm gonna tell him all my secrets, and Q runs off.
I think it'll be fine.
Pierce
And
looks around.
as
Where
sorry,
the
go
fuck is Pongu?
Pongu's like off in the far shot, still like cooking, baking shit, kneading bread.
We all need bread.
making some bagels, boiled donuts.
Hell yeah.
So, as Q runs off, and as you all settle in for a bit of rest after a very, very, very long week, a long period of uncertainty, confusion, fear, and even a couple of answers, and even more uncertainty on the horizon. That's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session. Good job, everybody. Good session.
Yeah.
Good job.
A lot
That's
of
a-
ways could have gone, and y'all chose certainly the most benevolent.
It's tough to, like, you know, when with a lot of cliffhangers, there's like, okay, when we come back, like, okay, what are we gonna do? Where are we gonna go? This one was, even after like having like the 2 weeks in between, was like, we all still got here, and we were all still, we don't know how do you deal with that? But which I think is totally normal reaction, is like, this is a, you know, this isn't just like a thing that happened to us, this is like a tragedy. And how to take a step from that moment, just taking that first step from that moment is so hard. And so
Mhm.
I just wanted to say, I appreciate all you guys.
Wonderful, wonderful work. Wonderful role play as well, everybody.
I can't believe it worked. Like, I can't believe we saved all those people.
Don't question it. He might take it back.
I
No.
know, but I'm just saying.
I did. I rolled to see how many clerics would be available to help you, who would be able to help you. Like that was up to fate,
Yeah.
and it just so happened to work out.
I'm happy that
Fate.
you gave us that option, like that you were open to that option, though. Like, you weren't just like, no, I killed
I mean,
them. They're dead.
if you wanted to sink time and resources into doing a thing, and I couldn't think of a valid reason to not let you do that thing, I'm going to let you do that thing.
Yeah.
You know.
It was nice.
Like
Definitely.
accomplishment.
Yeah.
I would say so,
Yeah.
because I didn't think it was going to happen, but But either way, thank you all so much for joining us on this session of the Secret Adventure Society. We will return on December 8th, I believe it is, with session 38.
Oh my gosh. We're
It's
getting
wild.
close to 50.
Yeah, we're sneaking up. We'll be right at 40 by the end of the year.
That is so weird.
It is. It is. Y'all have come a long way.
We used to be misfits, and now we're just nobody.
Is that an anti-flag lyric?
I think so. That's
Is
what I was
it?
just.
I thought I was smart
Or
enough to come up with
Rudolph
it.
the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No, that was a lockism. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Oh
Guys,
my
thank you so
gosh.
much for joining us. We love you all. Take care of yourself. Take care of everybody around you. Again, we'll be back on December 8th. Don't forget, this episode will be on YouTube Friday morning and in podcast feeds on Monday. We love you all very much.
If you're in,
Thank you.
If you're in America, happy Thanksgiving!
Yes, indeed. If you're in the States, happy T-Give.
Yay!
I'm trying real hard to make that a
To
thing.
give.
It's never
We're
gonna be a
getting
thing.
Hey, don't take this away from me. We love you guys. And until next time, meeting adjourned. Good night.
So-